over what happened in the last session. I'm going to keep rubbing my temples. I think I'm just going to take a headache reliever.
I'm listening, but make some more coffee.
Okay. Clearly, it won't be our lore master.
We were at Minar's foggy house, and after the voices of the gods told us how the general mechanics of our world work through some foundry. Have you heard of it? We spent a bit of time on that, and then the party decides to leave. There was some discussion: should we head to the tower or the crater? Ultimately, we decided the crater because we needed to get in and out. As we got close to the crater, there was a big blob of deadly vines that we managed to skirt around. We jumped into the crater. Beastie became a tembo.
And started truffle sniffing.
Truffle shuffling around became a tembo thinking that it would be easy to climb down, and then got like the water slide treatment down the side of the crater. Which explains how once the people get shoved in, they can't climb their way back out. We went mushroom hunting and found one, and it was really, really big. There were some epic moments of people. Beastie got like double shot, knocked out of tempo form, dragged into the belly of this mushroom, and Jenny heroically ran up and yanked her out of there.
That was pretty cool.
Zerdos doesn't remember this, but he practically died and then got the rewind button hit for him.
It's rewind time.
And we found the mushroom we needed, climbed out of the crater, set up a camp. Some noises towards the cluster of vines were heard off in the distance. And Beastie made me a cloak out of a tarp.
All right.
I'm giving like that.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good gist of everything that happened. And last time y'all left off, you were at the crater. Let's go ahead and activate that. And you guys are over here. And does anybody remember the conversation that was being had before we had left off?
Because I had to leave early because of work, but we're okay today.
That's why I'm asking people to recall it.
Yeah.
I remember afterwards we had a bit of a brief discussion about if Zerdos had any family back in Rom. He did not, because one, I don't know if he also even knows about moles, and two, I'm forgetful as a player sometimes, and how moles are born. So arena life was discussed a little bit, of how there is an arena in Rom, and how they're kind of more free to send their slaves and or fighters to death, because that Blashe Ray doesn't care. Talked about the moons a little bit, Gude and Rawl, and a little bit about Astos's ambitions of making potions.
Ooh.
Some to cure slave marks, so slaver symbols can't be detected anymore. I don't know if there's anything else that was discussed.
Zerdos was very interested in that magical potion solved.
So was Beastie.
Yeah, I can imagine both of you guys were.
All right. And so, if you, Heatherly, if you wanted to discuss something in this sort of campfire scene, now's the best time for it.
Well, if I remember correctly, I was gonna take like the first watch with Astos, and the only thing I was gonna talk with Astos about was I was gonna just comment on well, I'm glad we got that thing for your father.
Yes, that was she'll be very, very grateful. Who knows, maybe that that might help with other ambitions of mine too.
What is it gonna
I
be
know
used? What is it gonna be used for?
Oh, I'm not quite sure, but my father's very intelligent. I would have gotten into the alchemist guild or anything like that in the city if it wasn't for him. So I'm sure that he has plans for it that I wouldn't think of.
Oh, okay. It seems strange that he'd ask you to go get it if there was a dangerous monster there.
It was more or less if I was in the area. I don't think he'd imagine there was something dangerous like that around. He'd at least warn me if that were the case.
I guess that's true. Well, it is exciting using plants for new things.
Yeah, you don't see them very often, so I guess I can attest to how much power is within them. They can heal wounds, amongst other things.
I wonder if there's something out there that can do something better than healing wounds.
I'm sure there is, we just need to figure out what it is. With that curious mind like that, maybe you should try your hand at alchemy sometime.
I can't even read, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
I mean, Lydia's learning how to. If you wanted to, I'm sure it wouldn't be too far-fetched to pick it up. Wait,
So is Nadia.
I thought you said you could read before.
She kind of
I can't read.
she she kind of blushes if she can blush, and she says, "I was trying to impress you."
And, well, then why did my father lend you that book?
Well, I was hoping that I'd be able to learn from it. Maybe figure out how to read on my own.
I'm so sorry. I should shut the fuck up. I couldn't resist.
Well, I'll have to have words with him. That's definitely not a book for beginners by any means.
Well, maybe if we have the time later, I can at least ask you to do something for me. I was thinking about sending a letter to someone I know.
We certainly can look at that, but I will have you alongside me, and you will see every single word that I put down, understand what they mean.
She kind of sighs and says, "But school's hard. It's easier to stab things."
Well, you're quite good at that. But you will, that's part of the payment if you want a letter written.
Okay.
Good. You seem fine with that. If you
Jenny
want.
will remember this.
Maybe I'll teach you how to track some of those any creatures along the way.
Sure, that sounds quite interesting. I don't know if we could keep our distance. What we saw before, that large crushing thing was. I don't want to get close to one of those again. Those bone claws.
Oh, but that's the fun of it. not knowing if you're going to survive or not.
You have a bit different of an impression of fun than me, but sure. Take your word on it.
And we'll fast forward to. I think is that a good?
Yeah,
stopping
no, that's
point?
it. That's it.
Yeah, perfect. I try to look for those, and the different watches for the night go by, and the morning comes. And I believe that's where we left off. Well, feel free to act.
I'm sure things refreshed.
Weren't we traveled away from the crater to just outside the tower, right?
Yeah, and the tower is fairly nearby the crater itself.
Okay.
Oh well, inside might be a Siltraner. Looking at Zerdos primarily, he can use magic. To keep that in mind, so if fire spews from his hands, it's something we know of. It's not an ally of ours, and last time there was something glowing on the wall, and when we were cornering him, he ran in front of it and shouted, "Dink, dink," and he disappeared away. So,
He just vanished, or did he shrink?
I believe the light flared up, and then he was gone.
Tricky dink.
But,
Sorry.
that was good.
I haven't seen anyone specifically, but I did hear people moving in the city, so through the ruins rather. So I don't know if that's who you're looking for.
If we do come across him, he is a bit he is dangerous in his own right. He does have an escape route planned. I don't know if it will activate for anyone. Not that we all say dink dink very often, or ever, but something to keep in mind.
Good to know. And you think he's in the tower? Or who was...
I know that they're in the city, or well, he is in the city somewhere, but could be anywhere. It's just a possibility.
Just trying to remember something.
I don't think we narrowed it to them. I don't think we narrowed it down there. It's like specifically he was there, did we?
I don't think you did.
Okay.
I was just trying to remember what we know about who was in the tower. What the...
Yeah, so I think Minar suggested something.
Yeah. Zerdos is gonna RP score and not remember it.
I don't remember it either. He's
Uh.
just too focused on wanting to eat the little.
Jenny's checking her traps right now because I almost forgot about that.
I have listed from the Minar conversation the towers where the Jostle are, or at least where Nadia / Jenny's not friends are. Which is very vague.
Yeah, I guess what I was gonna ask is, does that individual hang out with those type of creatures or people?
Seedink was a Jostle, wasn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah. Tiny lizard man. He's gonna
Remind me what the rest of you needed from Yarmuke.
I need Kagi.
I have questions about that
And-
place, basically.
DC says it with all of the confidence of, you know, exactly what Cog is.
What is Zakagi?
Kagi is Kagi.
I think she
Is Kagi a
means...
friend of yours?
Yes.
A very big friend.
See? She knows.
The half giant variety.
Yes. Big friend.
Not someone who was being brought here as a sacrifice?
Maybe.
Going to the tower will give us a good vantage point to see if there are any, and if possibly identify.
It's like a good next step to me.
And so where do you head next?
I think
Ooh,
the base
that's
of the
neat.
tower to see if there's an entrance leading upwards.
It measures when I want to move now.
Okay. And I will move you in a minute. But basically what you see is this sort of giant tower. Let me see if I can see what you see. Yep, I've lit it up for you.
Ooh, pretty.
And above there's like a sort of flock of castrakel that are kind of flocking around the top. You see that this tower was once, still is, greatly damaged. So much so that there's holes in the sides of it and a massive sort of destruction at the top. And not only that, but there's what looks like at one point this tower, someone had attempted to repair this tower. As you see that there's a certain amount of scaffolding on its right side. You sit or stand currently at the base of this little hill, small ways away, not too distant from the crater itself.
Does scaffolding look pretty weathered and ancient?
Yes.
That's a lot of trees used in that. Looking up. Oh. Zerdos, you first?
There's also, as you can see, two entrances at the bottom. And so you're presented with what is likely a way in through the tower itself, where you imagine there's likely a staircase, and the outer, quite precarious scaffolding outside.
Just one way up, though, to, like, the base of it?
To the base itself, you're talking about here?
Yes.
Yeah, just that little pathway. I mean, I suppose you could attempt to climb this sheer spot here, or you know, clamber up these rocks here.
Hey,
Nadia looks-
Demonstrated a rope build last session.
So you're presented with this area, and it looks accurate.
Nadia looks at a
But
rope
it's-
and
This image is an accurate representation of what your characters see.
But, I hope we don't have to climb that scaffolding. I hope the stairs inside are intact. Ready to fall apart at the moment.
I mean, at least
But it looks fun.
it does, right?
And
Nadia
Beastie,
was just shaking her head furiously.
Considering how kind of fixated you are on having a good view of the crater when the gift comes, you imagine this would give an incredible bird's eye view.
Yeah, I want
to
to
the
climb
entire
all the
scene.
way up to the top.
You said there was two entrances. Where's the second entrance go?
the
It
scaffolding.
looks like right.
So there's,
Oh.
there's
One
two.
down here.
Yeah, there's two entrances at the base, and then there's the scaffolding itself. that can be
Oh, okay.
climbed.
Gotcha. I was looking at that doorway right there.
Yep.
Well, if there's anyone in there, we might want to take the scaffolding up for a surprise.
I don't know. It's kind of old, and if it busts when you're halfway up, that will alert anyone in there. Plus, you'll fall down.
This one could always sneak.
Oh, speaking of that, can I just talk about some homebrew rules?
Mhm.
If you can go to the journal real quick, the top right looks like a book, and then
Mhm.
you go to it's in the root of the folder. It's called homebrew rules. Everybody should be able to see this.
Mhm.
I've planted. I think consistency is important in a game with lots of rules, and I've planted my homebrew rules in there. So raise dead and resurrection. It's basically a critical role style. With some very tiny adjustments to DCs. Mounts are in there. I may have to.
Sorry,
update that.
I'm laughing at the very end encumbrance. All it says is I do this. That's
Yeah.
the only explanation.
Well, because it's not really homebrew; it's something that exists in the DMG, and
Yeah.
I basically am just saying I'm taking this variant,
Mhm.
and then you can go look up what the variant is. But if it's something that's truly homebrew, then I do it here. So resting, dying and exhaustion, how that grants exhaustion, currency. So this is like I think somebody else maintained this. or maybe I
That's a
maintained it.
lot of falling damage.
Yep. So falling. So we talked about because this is a potential for falling. I want to make sure people know about falling beforehand. So normally 5e caps it at 20d6. The average barbarian can survive a basically a skydive if they so choose. I set it up so that it's a little bit closer to what the terminal velocity time would take, and that's roughly 100 to 100 or I'm sorry, 1,000 to 1,500 feet is roughly where you start to achieve terminal velocity based on like wind resistance and that kind of thing. And so whether or not you're, going down head first or trying to catch the air, and so that equates to based on speed, distance covered, about 100 d6. So if you even as a barbarian, if you choose a skydive, you very well may die. Negating fall damage as a way to give you something back, which honestly I think is more valuable than the danger of falling 100 or 1,000 feet, which you shouldn't be doing in the first place if you have any sense. Is that you can, as a reaction, attempt an acrobatics check to negate fall damage, and negating the damage is a DC equal to the height in which you fell. So if you fell 20 feet, you do an acrobatics 20, you successfully tumble out of it. I just want to basically make acrobatics more attractive, because otherwise it's not very attractive. Most people take athletics.
We'll just tie a rope to everybody. It'll be fine.
Sure, yeah. But just so you all know, this tower, I would say the doorway is probably at least 6 feet. Yeah, I mean this tower's at least like 100 feet high.
What could go wrong?
More or less. So
Okay.
maybe 10d6 falling damage if you fall off.
So not the scaffolding.
Well, I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just I'm giving you the information such that you can make your decisions.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think making informed decisions is my job.
Is
or
there-
giving you the ability to make informed decisions.
Is there a way that I can go over and like actually investigate the scaffolding?
Sure. If you have carpentry or so there's actually two proficiencies that are wonderful for this: carpentry and masonry. I would allow either one of those to be the way to check the integrity of the scaffolding.
Zerdos remembers his carpentry training.
Jenny just looks at the scaffolding and says, "You know what? It's probably fine," and walks away because I have nothing.
Sorry, Heather Lee. But this is
No,
like
it's
when
okay.
can-
I was
when
thinking
can
an
highlight
actual-
somebody's carpentry training, I better do
Yes,
it.
that's actually
Yeah.
really cool because I always love trying to figure out how tools can work
Yeah.
better in a game.
I utilize that heavily with masonry in my other game.
Good
Especially.
shit. Yeah, it's good shit. Carpentry is
Let's,
fucking harder.
That's interesting.
So now Roll20, be sure to click your Roll20 extension to get things going in, because that's usually a requirement. You just got to click it on your browser and that should get it going. And then I think that tools, the Roll20 extension's been updated. You might be able to click your carpentry proficiency now. You might be able to give that a try. And if that doesn't work, then just roll a like a general, I would say, investigation, and then add me your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, I think it's if you actually have the tools, you can click on them to use them. But the proficiency itself doesn't appear to be a clickable thing.
Okay. Well, then go ahead and just roll the investigation skill and add your. I assume you don't have that proficiency.
I do not. I
Yeah,
have.
so go ahead and you add your proficiency bonus to it. So if it's like a, well, it is what it is.
Okay, so if it was.
Oh, and I've decided, as much as I've liked the adventure for the blind GM rolls, I think there's some downsides to not being able to see your own roll, like when you're trying to roll heals and shit. There's enough give and take that I'm basically willing to say, for private GM rolls or blind GM rolls, pick one. Just go with what you want. If you like the if you like the anticipation of knowing what your role is through my storytelling, then choose blind GM roll. If you want to just expedite things and be able to see your role, then do private GM roll. But we did the test. I appreciate you guys did the test with me, and I did it with the other group too. And I feel like in the end, I can go either way.
I like
So
the
that's your
blind.
decision.
I like the blind GM roll, but that's only because my character doesn't heal. So
Yeah,
I'm
if you
good.
have things if you have like you know, when you have like magical stuff that recharges every day, like that starts to get annoying.
yeah,
'Cause
the
you
only
can't see your rolls.
the only thing is maybe like the hunter's mark, but that's just damage. So that goes
Yeah.
kind of with my weapons.
Yeah,
so.
I will still add that on,
Yeah.
and like you'll still see the feedback on how injured they are and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just go with what you want. I think it's your choice. I'm thankful you guys let me experiment with that.
I'm gonna leave it on blind because I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, same.
Cool.
So I think I gave you a investigation plus proficiency for
You sure did.
being carpenter.
And you know, Zerdos, it's been a while since you've worked on anything in carpentry, but as you look at this old kind of rickety wood, it starts to kind of flood back to you. Your days, what were the days of carpentry like for Zerdos? Do you have any kind of?
It was a lot of like the manual labor side of it, hauling around the bigger beams and helping to like cut stuff up into usable lumber and just kind of like, I wouldn't say the fine art of like Japanese style joinery or anything, as
Yeah.
opposed to the
But it was a practical practice of putting things together with function. And you remember the kind of lumber you hauled, and you look at the lumber this was made from, and you look at it, and the integrity is, a lot of it's rotted away. And you check the foundational beams, particularly, like, you know, what's basically holding all the weight above, and your confidence in it is a bit shaky. Were an individual or two to climb this, you think it would hold its weight. After all, it's holding its own, which is quite heavy considering the height of this all. And there is attachments to the side which relieves some of that weight, but still, if the whole party were to climb up this, your faith in it would be waning. Certainly. And you're pretty confident in this, I'd say.
What if it was one
Relay
at
that
a
to the
time?
group.
Asked Jenny. She puts her hand up. What if it
think,
was one at a time?
I think one at a time it could hold, particularly some of you lighter folks. A little worried about getting on it myself. So why don't we have a look inside the tower and see if we need to take this route or not. Maybe there's an easier way.
Well, if we wanted to, thinking if we were to see Kagi, if we were to do anything, if seeing him, we'd want to be able to make that decision while we still have all our capabilities behind us. With Beastie, you're a bit smaller than the rest of us. If you'd be confident going up there and getting a view of everything, if the opportunity were to come, that would be our best chance to get a sight, and while we're still fresh, per se, for the day.
Quite pretty confident that this thing will hold Beastie's weight, no problem.
You'd be surprised. She's pretty dense. She puts back a lot of those little pies back in the ground. Yes.
Them jockey pies.
Those are tasty.
Oh, and I'll go ahead and put you in front of the tower now. On the right, do you see this area here? That's the scaffolding.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was like, I don't see anything.
Yeah, for those of you who don't have dark vision, which I think is Beastie in this case,
Yep.
it is kind of dark outside. I'm sorry, it's kind of dark inside. Let me do something.
How do I type on here? This is so annoying. I was going to type
There we go.
scaffolding and now I can't delete it.
It's a little bit more lit now because
there we
the
go.
outside's meant to be more lit.
If BC wants, I will give her a lighted thing.
Blow jar!
Let's at least peek our head into this room and make sure there's not someone who's gonna come rushing out if we start clambering up this ladder.
Do you want to
Oh,
go
yeah. Do you wanna-
first? Oh,
Scout it, have a little look for us.
I'll pass on looking ahead. Someone else, feel free.
I was
Oh,
also
sorry,
gonna.
I was asking Nadia if she wanted to maybe do it. She seems less clanky than I do.
Bonnie is just gonna sigh and just step up. Peek around a little bit.
Do you see? Can you see what I'm typing, by the way, or are you guys blind to it?
No, I see it.
Oh, I see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent. Just to make sure that I can type stuff in the chat.
Yeah, I was testing to make sure it wasn't anything.
Okay, and Nadia, you look in, and quite quickly, as you walk to the edge, you can see the sort of sunbeams pushing into the tower, but they fall short, given the angle of the tower itself and the hill that it's on. And beyond the beams of light, you can see what looks like a very dusty, neglected interior of a tower. Within are four small sort of beams that go floor to ceiling, slightly broken down, a rotted table in the center, barely standing still. And to the left, there's some kind of entryway to somewhere else. There's a door ahead and some hallway to the right. And I know there's like little water puddles there, but that's definitely not there. Yeah,
Are you
there's-
sure? I mean,
Maps in general, maps use a very liberal amount of water. I've found in D&D, like map makers love water, but that's yeah. We're gonna say that's like a pile of silt that's kind of flown in since the last high wind.
alright. Well, Nadia's going to go up a little bit more.
Sure.
She's just gonna take a general look, see if she could see anything down this hallway, actually.
And you peer down the hallway. You see that it goes essentially as far as you would imagine it would. On the other side is that scaffolding. There's some broken, rotted wood at the end of the hallway.
At that point, she's just going to come back over here and tell the party it's safe.
It's quiet here,
Yeah.
empty.
And then she's gonna go back.
And this leads into like the main entry area and scaffoldings around the side.
Yes. Scaffolding's on the side. That's what that kind of dotted line is.
Jenny, has there been any like footsteps around here? Can you tell? You are muted.
Sorry. I'll definitely check. If I can. For tracks, people or anybody has been here recently.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Oops, that wasn't supposed to be on public. I was testing my rolls. Oh well.
Okay. We'll take the roll. So, you kind of get down and look, especially towards the entryways of this place, and although actually, I enjoy doing these kind of things. Go ahead and everybody else mute. Heatherly, stay unmuted. Or, I'm sorry,
Ooh.
everybody deafen, and she'll stay undeafened.
Ooh, this is cool.
Everybody's deafened. So Heatherly, you see that there has been an effort made to hide these tracks. But given your skill set, and the fact that your father taught you well, or I should say your adopted father taught you well, you can tell when tracks have been attempted to be hidden. And in this case, that is it. And not only that, you don't necessarily see the Jaws Hall footprints. You see Dre footprints. Okay, everybody's back on board.
Jenny is going to look at these tracks and then she's just going to keep staring at them and say, well, somebody definitely tried to hide these. And there wasn't just Jazz Hall here. And she looks at Nadia. There were other Dre here.
How recently? If that's something you can tell.
I'll answer. I'll answer, and she can kind of answer through me because I didn't answer that. Jenny, it looks like these tracks probably come in and out on a daily basis.
Oh.
Like this is an occupied tower,
We
as far as you're concerned.
We should definitely be careful. It seems like they use this tower a lot.
Oh, looking at my resources, DM, administrative,
Mhm.
those second level spell slots are gone now.
We do
What about them? They're gone.
I'm using them to on the folk skin.
You're using them to what?
On
I'm
the
sorry.
books again, on my book and Nadia's.
Oh, okay. Yes. Got it. Appreciate that.
How far away is Nadia now? Should we go after her? We should probably go after her, right?
She's just, as you're saying this stuff, like she's just like peeking down the. I mean, she's being quiet. It seems,
Okay.
but she's just peeking down the hallway and that
She
sort of
drags
thing.
her foot.
Yeah, I kind of assume that if you're cautiously going in somewhere, that you're also being as quiet as you can. And if that's like not the case, then or if it doesn't feel like it's the case for me, then I'll ask you. But I got that. Like, if you sent the sneaky person to go sneak ahead, then you know.
I think Nadia is just gonna continue to walk down this hallway a little bit.
Okay.
So like right here, and then just peek.
Yep. And you go ahead and like you see what you see. So when you say you peek, I want you to move your character to peek. And you look into this room. You kind of hold your breath for a moment, as a little bit of wind sort of just hits your ear and howls through this empty place. And generally, you remember like deep down in New Gistanol, when rooms weren't filled, they had that sort of like wind howl echo. It's reminding you of New Gistanol and that again. And you get that same feeling here in these empty rooms that have been sort of ransacked. And there's what looks like maybe the remains of a bookshelf pushed up against a wall there. But even the shelves themselves have kind of fallen down at an angle and rotted away.
And there are no books on there, right?
You go ahead and give me an investigation.
Okay.
Okay. You see you see what looks like sort of like an imprint on the floor of something that is roughly square in size, as if the dust had once settled around it. And there's even this, on the square itself where the dust does not lie, is this stain.
Does it look like blood or?
No, it's something else. Some kind of material stain. Maybe it may be like wood rot, paper rot, something of that nature. And it's sort of odorous here. The wood is very far gone.
Okay. Nadia's gonna continue looking.
Okay, we're gonna. I feel like without metagaming, I've been telling Astos this.
Without metagaming, like it's been a while.
Yeah.
Since Nadia's come back.
Well, Nadia hasn't come back. Should we go after her?
And like you guys have enough time that like we'll pause Nadia for a moment and let you guys act.
Okay.
So Nadia, you've been doing a few things that allow others to some time.
Yeah.
So you guys had a short discussion. What do you do next?
Should we run in there and be as loud as possible looking for her? Or should we send another person to quietly go in there and maybe not come back?
Well, I think if we...
I can sneaky.
I can sneak as well, but I wouldn't want...
I can turn into a little chicken thing.
Well, I wouldn't want to leave you two out here in case somebody showed up.
I'll go pat on Zerdos' back. I feel safe.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know where we. I thought we were gonna send Beastie up the tower, so maybe bring Nadia back if it looks clear, and otherwise.
Okay.
Follow.
I had to go and find my character's weight and shit. Just altogether, she's like 60 pounds with all of her shit and her. DM, does he know whether or not that looks sturdy enough to hold a 60-pound halfling climbing it?
The scaffolding?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zerdos, you're confident that her weight will not disturb the scaffolding. Other full weight individuals, it gets slightly more dicey, and then like multiple full weight individuals, it's very dicey.
Okay.
But she's
Gonna
almost
start,
like she's almost like Yoda hat, like backpack size.
Right. Well. So, yeah, if you want to go find Nadia, I think that'd be a good idea.
Yep.
Hit me.
That's awesome.
That was adorable. But yeah, so I guess we have to be, I guess we should be sneaky. I guess. Ugh. I'm worried. No, I'm just worried.
Poor Zerdos.
So, do I go up the outside or am I going inside with you?
It's your decision, I guess.
I think we should probably get Nadia back first, so
All
we
right.
at least know where everyone is.
All right, so we'll head
I'm
inside.
gonna start. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, I guess if we're sneaking, we should be
Did you give me
roll
the
stealth.
I
sight
did.
for the little glow vial?
Oh.
DM?
Oh, yeah, you want the lighting? Pow.
Yes.
So, okay,
I have my
can I do something?
Montrose.
Can you click your character and right-click them? Do you see that there's like a little fire symbol on the top left?
Yes.
Can you try hitting that?
I can't click it. It doesn't give
Okay.
me an option.
I'll click it for you.
Okay.
So you now have essentially a torchlight rules, or
Okay.
vial rules. So you're now lit up, and just let me know if you turn a light source on and off, and
Wait.
I'll do that for you.
Now I can turn it on and off. Now
Oh,
that you've
okay.
clicked it, I can turn it on and off.
So what it is when I click it, I'm giving you permission to mess with it. Interesting.
Yeah. So I just turned it on and
Awesome.
off and then on and off and
Good
on
to
and
know.
off.
Thanks for the thanks for the test. Yeah, I thought it was just on and off. So from my view, it's permission, and from yours, it's on and off. Cool. So yep. So you've got it on, and like when you want to turn it off, it's like I think it's like a. Generally speaking, it depends on what the item says. If the item doesn't say anything, I'll probably just say it's an interaction.
Where'd she go?
And so you lit up the area.
Probably
You see
not
that there's
through
a
the
door
door.
ahead. Yeah. And y'all can click those doors and open them up. They have a little. They should have a little symbol on them that you should be able to
Found her.
click. But if you click it, that means you did it.
Jenny's gonna look at the door.
And Nadia, you see from behind you a light source beaming out, and you kind of turn around and see the beastie's holding a little glowy jar.
Nadia just kind of looks at Beastie and is like,
And it lights the way in front of you, Nadia. And thankfully, all you see in this room is that part of the ceiling has collapsed, throwing down rubble down, as well as the part of the wall is collapsed as well. And the walls are thick and the ceiling's thick, so you don't see a hole above or out, but you do see quite a bit of kind of garbage there. And there's a little, what looks like was once a closet space. All of this, if there's been any goods in here, it's long since been removed, do you think?
I climbed the pile.
Beastie.
You hear like, there's like, give me a stealth check.
I did.
Oh god.
And normally a person climbing over this pile would like displace rocks and they come tumbling down the pile. The beastie sort of expertly plants each foot, very mindful of every hand and foot she places down, not disturbing a single stone. She looks like she's having fun.
Stand up at the top, fists on hips. I am Beastie, Queen of the Rock.
I'll assume you're saying that kind of quiet, like, I am beastie. Unless you're saying it loud.
No, quietly. Just,
Okay.
But I'm pulling a Mulan reference. I am Beastie, Queen of the Rock.
That's awesome. I do enjoy my Mulan. Well, I don't know if this is the new movie or not, but
No, I meant the fun
Yeah.
one with Mujio.
Yeah, there you go. And so, yeah, you get a kind of good vantage of this room, Beastie. Um, it looks like it's been undisturbed for a while. Definitely disturbed a while ago, though. A long time ago.
This one's empty, Nadia.
I think we should continue exploring.
Okay.
Jenny's gonna go over and open up the door. Can't help myself. Curiosity.
This way. They're still this way.
There we go. I opened up the door.
You open it up, and some of Beastie's light actually shines through. And it looks like there are multiple rotten bookcases here, with nary a book inside.
Well, we should probably close this door, or else Astos will cry because of all the destroyed books. Make him really sad. Let's close it
I
back
think
up.
we should look in.
Beastie, you get a
Oh.
view of a staircase. Fairly well intact, you think.
Guys, I found the up.
It's funny because
Amazing.
what I saw was I
That's
just
a good
saw
tension
in
breaker.
in the blackness. I just saw it.
Sneezes.
Just.
We
Hold
can.
on, let me do something real quick.
We'll probably be able to find more books. More books upstairs, Nadia. And I'm gonna close the door again.
So just a little tiny,
Yeah.
fairly quiet door.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to roll stealth earlier. It's because I wasn't walking stealthily, so I don't know if I'm supposed to.
Don't worry, we'll have you do that when you go upstairs.
Okay.
Where are the boys at?
They're gonna let us girls explore. Says Jenny.
Y'all
No.
stealthy girls.
No, come on.
I
We can
found- I
have a
found the
girls' time. No. Jenny just hangs her head and walks back out. Follows
What's the
Beastie.
word? What's the word,
We
Beastie?
found Nadia and I found the up.
Okay. Are we taking the up inside or the up outside?
I'm gonna kind of look at Zerdos and then look at the others and go,
In
I
his heavy
think you're
cake shell
too-
and his beefy body.
I think you're too big to climb the outside up.
I agree with you. I think there was a thought of quickly climbing to have a scout for your friend, or proceeding all together inside. Either one of those.
Is it time that the gift would be arriving, or do we
No,
still have time?
you've got time.
Okay.
Well, you should be able to see them because they won't do the sacrifice till like
You might be able to
night.
hear them first, because they're going to be going horns blowing when they come to the. This is what you've heard if you're any kind of city folk. You've heard that they basically kind of like announce themselves to the dragon when they arrive.
Okay. And Zergos will probably be able to
Horns blaring. Yeah.
clear.
So you probably would
Confirm that.
you probably hear them before you'd see them. Though you could definitely get a good view from the tower. The tower's top, that is.
What bad Zergos gonna look like? I guess we're.
Oh,
It looks like your
Inside.
lights
took
off.
away my. I know. I turned it off. I was
Okay.
covering the moss jar so I could peek around this corner without light, but you took away my light.
I did?
Now I can't turn it back on.
That's weird. I don't feel like I did. I turned it back on.
Okay.
The door.
Maybe I accidentally did something.
Oh, okay.
I'm still learning this tool. This is only the third time I've used it.
Yeah.
And the first two times I was like, really distracted by like just getting the game going.
Nadia, do you want to go first or should I?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. And just I pay attention to what you do on the map, so go ahead and act like you're going up the stairs, and I will transport you.
Yep, going up.
They're this way.
Let Nadia go first so she can sneak.
I'm gonna hang back. So
Yeah,
make too much noise.
and
yeah.
you can kind of all hear Zerdos like kind of like tick, tick, even as he's being kind of quiet, like you can kind of hear the scratching of his kank carapace kind of rubbing against each other as he moves. It's not like a clank because it's not metal, but actually even actually you've got the lower end stuff. The higher end kank stuff actually is like can be studded with pieces of metal. That's the high grade shit, the expensive stuff, the glamorous shit. And so Nadia, I'm just gonna go ahead and drag you over.
Mhm.
She gone.
Into the staircase. So there you go.
All right.
And others that do the same, I will drag you over.
Boop.
I'm sort of, I guess, watching. I don't know how well I can see, but I'm kind of.
Those who are going up the staircase, I need a stealth roll before you go any further. In fact, I'm
Okay.
gonna pause it.
I'm not. Okay. I'm not going up. I'm waiting for
I paused
a
it so
sign.
nobody can move.
Those are my spells. I probably went down there with Zerdos.
Okay, so okay, we got Nadia's roll. So Jenny and Nadia, you're used to like these kind of drafty indoor places, and the two of you very quietly, stealthily, one could say well over a 20 roll, the both of you sneak into the second floor. Beastie, as you're going up the steps, there's a moment, just a split second where going up one of the steps, you scrape one of your kind of leather-covered knees against the stairs, and Nadia, you kind of stop her for a moment. Kind of lift her over the stair, or just note that her knee was
Nadia's
scratching.
just going to coil her tail around Beastie's waist and just set her up on her back.
Okay, is that okay with you, Beastie?
Get back, Red.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, yeah, that was like a group roll.
I'm
Beastie
just
got a
gonna
9.
whisper in Nadia's ear and go, "Stairs are
And-
stupid tall."
And normally Beastie's quite good at this, but maybe the indoors threw her off. She rolled a 9, and Nadia rolled a 26.
Tall
Damn.
stairs.
So she was able to kind of guide Beastie as a group roll. I needed 2 people to be very good for one person low roll to succeed, and so the 3 of you managed to go up there very quietly. Okay, I'm gonna
I'm only
unpause.
free
Other people that
when
go
I
up the
got
stairs,
short
you need to
roll.
roll individually.
Okay, I'm just gonna move myself slightly forward so they can fit into
Yeah.
the space.
I'll do one space.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
And what you see is a hallway with multiple doors ahead.
okay.
All right. Well, given that they've had a bit of time, and it doesn't sound like there's an immediate threat, I'm gonna try and, as quietly as I can, move up the stairs with disadvantage.
Okay, and Nadia and Beastie,
Oh, what the hell?
and even Jenny to some extent, you can see the sunlight pouring through a window behind Nadia and Beastie, and then out the other side, you see the scaffolding's open. You're looking out the broken side of the tower on that's across from you, across from the long hallway.
Okay.
I'm also.
And I would like a perception check from the 3 of you upstairs, and I'm gonna pull Zerdos up,
All right.
and I'm gonna pull Ostos up. Are you going up, Ostos?
Yeah.
I pulled the Zerdos down a little bit.
Ooh.
Okay. Zerdos, you like grip your armor and like come up, and and you manage to actually quietly go. And then Ostos behind you trips, hits the ground, and goes, "Oh!"
I was gonna leave a bruise.
And there's like, and every one of you, there's like a deadly, like you all look at each other like in this deadly silence, and I'm gonna roll.
Rocks fall. We're all dead.
And there's this quietness that lingers for some time.
Oh, I don't like that.
And you look at each other. Might as well keep moving. Now, the perception rolls.
Just for those in lead. I'm assuming.
Yeah, Beastie and Nadia. Everyone who isn't Beastie and Nadia, deafen yourselves.
Bye.
Oh, damn it. Okay, 1 second. I don't know how to do this.
And I might be able to do it for you.
Well, I apparently can't find the button today. Oh, that's why. Is it safe?
Do you have any quick reaction to that?
I'm just gonna kind of prepare myself to create a bonfire wherever, if anyone comes out,
And
and they
Nadia
look
does
not
have...
friendly.
Okay, so if anybody comes out of the doors looking unfriendly, you'll bonfire underneath their feet. Is that what I'm
Nope.
hearing? Okay.
And Nadia
And-
has her talons on the hilt of her rapier.
Okay. So the lot of you see like the two people up front start to, and that makes sense that they're the ones up front, look like they're suddenly on guard. What do you guys do?
I'll notice this, and I will just make sure I have my spear ready for anything. And is there another? Does the stairwell stop here, or does it go up another floor?
It goes up even higher.
Okay, I'll definitely make sure that I'm watching the stairwell upstairs.
Okay. You're looking up the stairwell,
Mm-hmm.
and the two of you down there. And do you guys wait? Do you take more action? I need fast responses here.
I'm going to kind of look down and feel off a little bit looking downstairs and cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. You've casted
Xerdos
Mage
has
Armor.
just got his shield and hammer ready.
Okay. You take out your shield and hammer. And those things that you've done, 6 seconds pass by. And nothing happens yet. What do you guys do now? It's almost like we're in initiative. We're doing things kind of play by play. So what do you guys do now? There's still a moment's pause.
I'm gonna whisper, did you hear something?
I didn't, but I think Nadia and Beastie did. Nadia, did you hear something?
She
Nadia
kind of
can
gives
respond.
a nod, and she does this.
Okay. And that's about as much talk as can happen in like a round. And so Zerdos talked to me. I'm sorry, you talked to Jenny, and Jenny kind of looked at Nadia, and Nadia says to keep quiet. And anybody else doing something for this moment?
No.
And Nadia and Beastie, you see the door in front of you start to open a crack very slowly. It's opening inwards. There's, if you guys want to do something as a reaction to that, you may.
I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
That's my go-to.
What are you hiding behind?
I'll probably duck behind this corner right here.
Okay, so you pop behind here. Is that
Yep.
right? I don't mean to
Mhm.
move you. I'm just kind of giving you an idea.
Yeah.
And you and
I'm
Beastie
on
are in
her
the
back
same spot.
still,
Just so you
so-
know, if you ever fight in the same area, you're both disadvantaged. But
Alright.
the both of you are hiding. Is that about right? I mean,
Mhm.
if you're
I'm
hiding
gonna-
behind something, you basically have total cover, and if you're hiding, will be
Yeah.
pretty good. Go ahead and give me
I'm
hide
also gonna
check
cover the
or stealth checks.
moss.
Okay. Okay, you cover the light as your thing, and then she's hiding behind. You're both hiding. Go ahead and give me those stealth checks.
Yeah.
And you both manage to shuffle off to the side very quietly, and the door cracks open some more. And Nadia, you get just the tiniest crack opening view, and I think so does Jenny, even more so. And you see what looks like a sort of statue of this regal figure in a robe holding a staff. That's about all you can see from here. And from beyond the door, you swear you can see something. Give me a perception check, the two of you, since I can see you've got a crack in there. Both
Alright.
the Dre. Okay. Nadia, you see what looks like the face of a Dre peeking through the door, just through a crack, like as if he's just putting his eye through to see what's going on.
Okay.
Any reaction to that?
She's gonna slowly turn her head toward Ginny, and she's
Huh?
just going to point at her and me, and expect her to know there's another one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then he's going to walk through the door.
God damn it! I'm getting ready. My
And you're
sword.
still hidden. Beastie.
Yeah.
Beastie, you can see this. You can see now this arm of a creature holding a javelin in his left hand. Fortunately, you don't see his face, or else he might be able to see you. And you start to hear light footsteps coming towards y'all. This seems like you'll be found any second.
Okay.
Any
Well,
last things you do?
I'm gonna gently set Beastie down, and I'm going to, I guess, cover her with my body, like step before her,
Hmm?
like kind of guarding her with my sword ready.
Okay.
I'll offer for Beastie, and I just
You
switch
can even-
places if you want.
Just Lexi, just so you know, you can even do a prepared action to swing your sword when they become within
Well, that's
range.
what I was meaning.
But careful, you're in the same square as Beastie. You will do
Yep.
so at disadvantage.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I was offering like silently to Beastie. I'll like point behind me if she wants to move behind me.
Then
Yep.
we'll be in the same square.
Yeah, but I'm not readying an action. Nadia is.
Yeah. So,
that way-
Oh wait, I can
If-
go up the stairs just a
yep,
little.
you can be
Yeah.
in that little corner there.
Yeah.
I
and that's just
will-
fine. If so,
they
Heatherly may
attack-
hoist you over and put you on the other side. I would allow that.
If you're okay with that.
Or you just walk by.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they attack or try to sound an alarm, I'm going to set them on fire.
Oh,
in,
no.
in that spot, it looks like. So
Yep.
you're readying an action to set a bonfire in that particular space,
Mhm.
is what it sounds like. Okay. And I'm just going to roll something for fun.
Okay.
Of course you are.
I'm so worried it's like Nadia's mom or something like that.
And as the quietness goes by, you see him looking back for a moment, or you see the arm turning around Nadia, back to the door, and saying, "Did you hear that?" And there's a long. It feels like just an eternity. And then you hear another whisper beyond the door. Sorry, Dassos?
I was saying I'm keeping an eye beneath us since he's kind of like downstairs. But
Yeah. And there's this. Okay, noted. And then after a few moments, this like what feels like an agonizing eternity, you hear another voice beyond the door, Nadia. It says, "No. The wind comes through here all the time." You see a shrug from the nearby figure. It pushes itself back through the door. Closes it behind them.
So I did hear multiple voices.
You heard at least another voice beyond the one that was right nearby. And so imagining you kind of up against the wall, and then they check the hallway.
She's kind of like a chameleon right now, so she's kind of backed up against the wall.
Yeah, more about the cover than the chameleon. Because they have dark vision too. Although regardless, they do get disadvantage. In dark. Pitch black, that is. And then you're able to sort of breathe a sigh of relief as they go back to the door and close it.
Yeah, Nadia's still holding her breath right now. And then she's gonna look at Ginny, and then she's gonna do this, signifying there's at least two, in that room.
Okay. Take a whiskey, bravo.
I'm gonna signal back and look at the party and go and point upstairs. Like, should we go upstairs?
Nadia gives a nod.
I'll start heading up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll start transporting you. Do you all wish to go up? It's easier if I just move you all.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sure.
because I would have been looking at Astos as well and the others.
Ignore House of Thalavir.
Not looking.
Who went first? Yeah, I repurposed it. So
Beastie.
It's not a,
Yeah, I think Beastie, yeah.
And then
so
it would.
Beastie, I'm putting you kind of on the outer edge.
Yeah. So
I'm just going to place you right here. I'm not putting you in danger. I would not do that. And then who's second?
Me, Jenny.
Jenny. Who's third?
Me.
Nadia. Who's fourth?
I might let Astos go forth, and I'll hold the rear.
And
Yeah,
I'm
we've
just gonna put you
Enemy
here.
behind us.
I'm just gonna put you there, Zerdos, signifying that you're last, just because I have no more room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Beast, you're able to take a peek out, and you see another sunbeam kind of flooding in, another broken piece of wall. You see such a high stack of rubble
No,
ahead that it actually. What's that?
I don't see anything. I can't.
I don't know why that. It's like when I move you, the fire. Let me move you around some more. What the hell's going on here?
I think it's just because I doused it and the permissions for whatever reason.
Maybe every
keep
time you
going
douse
away.
it. Yeah, and every time you douse it, something happens. Okay, well.
So I'll just stop
Noted.
dousing it and just tell you when I'm gonna,
Yeah, just tell me
douse
what. Yeah, just say, hey, DM, douse it. Or you can douse it and then just say, hey, yeah, go ahead and douse it yourself, and then just say, hey, DM, can you turn it back on?
Okay.
Is that okay? That'll
Yeah.
be easiest. So you look out ahead, and it's like the rubble itself is actually so high that it blocks the view beyond it. But there looks like there was once maybe a hallway behind that rubble.
I'm gonna peek.
It's too high for everyone, or too high just for me?
For anybody.
Okay,
The map itself is accurate. Let's put it that way.
I can't see anything.
Yeah. You can see that there's some rubble that floods into the hallway, but beyond it, you can't see.
I'm gonna point at it and like mime climbing.
There,
Climb
and
it.
what's interesting is there is a tiny bit of light that pours through that hallway that you can see, but it's a small entryway. Maybe you could fit through. It'd be a
There was-
squeeze if you tried.
Does it look like there's a way we can like pull away any rocks to make the opening bigger?
Certainly.
Probably not
It would probably
quietly
be-
enough.
You think it would probably be quite loud to do so.
I will say to everyone, We're right above people that are beneath us, so we probably want to be a bit quiet.
I'll start climbing and... Oh. I can't climb. It tells me I collide with a wall.
I can help you with it. So if you climb up, I can
Okay.
you can climb on, but I do need a stealth check.
I'm going to whisper back to Astos and say, well, if they hear any noise, they might think it's just the house breaking down.
Once again, Beastie, you sort of expertly grab a hold of the stones, knowing how not to place them, or not how to displace them, but there's still the matter of squeezing through.
Yeah.
And so that would take you, it's not so much that we have to do a new roll, but that this would take a minute. Like if you just really kind of like inch by inch pushing through these rocks.
Is that the? I guess that's the scaffolding outside.
Yep, that's the
From where we're
scaffolding. That's right. And you can feel the sort of, like as you've gone higher up, the winds are a little bit more forceful. So you're the sort of like, I don't know if that picked
So
up
I'm
the mic.
gonna...
Yeah, it did.
Up at the top... Yeah, it did. Up at the top, I'm gonna turn around and look and like... Should I go through?
Why not while we're here? I'm gonna keep watch in case anyone comes. Let's go head back
Okay.
downstairs.
I'm gonna squeeze through. And climb down the other side.
Okay.
While
which
Beastie's
I can't
doing
do
that,
'cause there's a wall.
I'd also like to just have a look at how the shape of the scaffolding up at this point in the tower.
Okay. Zerdos, you're just taking a look. You're not stepping on it, right?
Yeah.
You take a look, and you kind of feel the breeze from above, and occasionally hear this sort of like, this sort of, I would say, groaning of the wood. It looks like you could probably step up here by yourself. Perhaps if you guys spaced each other out, it wouldn't be too terrible. But you're worried about, like, you can see kind of the beams going down there. By the way, the white kind of like cross through, those are ladders. So
Yeah.
the bottommost that you can get just a sort of bead on, you can see just the edge of it, like right here, Zerdos. Do you see that?
I see where you're pointing at. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a bead on the end that you can kind of see of it. Now you probably can see it even less. That looks like the ladder that came up to that point, and then over here
I see.
is a ladder that goes even higher. And it doesn't look like it's in good shape.
Okay.
Perhaps
Hey, Jim.
perhaps the beast can go on it, but you're not sure about yourself. Deal with
Right.
Could I step away to get me a drink? Heatherly kind of needs to do the same thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
go
we don't
ahead.
want to bug you.
Go ahead
Sorry.
and go ahead and collect yourselves. Whatever.
Sorry, I'll keep the thing recording. It's just we started
Okay.
giggling.
This is why
Um,
wireless headsets are great.
Yeah, we'll do the beastie part. And the
Okay,
Zerdos-
I wanted to
the
step
Zerdos
down,
part.
but I can't because there's invisible walls in my way.
Yep, I will help move you. So it
Okay.
takes a minute, however. Is that okay?
Yeah,
So
they
it really
said
does
to
take-
go ahead and go through.
Now you can
so...
do it. You can do it. I would say with like 1 or 2 actions if you just really just rip through there, but you're trying to be quiet, and you end up on the other side, looking at a bedroom, and this bed is almost intact. It's terribly rotted away, and it would be serviceable for you to sleep in, but you figure probably the average city folk would find this not suitable.
Well, I mean, I sleep in an alleyway, so I'm sure I find things
Exactly.
suitable that they would not.
Yeah, I mean you could sleep on the ground, right? So the bed's just like a luxury.
Yeah, that's just like
But it's
pure
sort
luxury.
of sunken in, like the time has been rough to it, and you think it's probably quite a lot of time that's
and
been rough to it.
am withholding the urge to climb on it and jump like a child.
All right, and yeah. So you're
Okay.
in there, and you see that bed and another empty bookcase.
Another empty bookcase. So whatever was there, the books have at least already been taken from here. I just sat on my thing.
Was that a question?
Yeah.
You're
Whatever.
not- Go ahead.
I mean, are the books like all rotted away, or were there books there that have been gone?
Empty.
Like someone took them a long time ago.
Yeah, empty bookcase. So it's got nothing on it. The bed is sort of intact, and then like to the other side, you can see is the scaffolding. That's where more rubble is piled on, and it's piled real high there. You don't even think you could squeeze through it.
Okay. What's on the bed? Is it just blank, or is it like it shows with the 2 pillows and a blanket?
Yeah, it's got a couple really, really rotted pillows, and one of the pillows is actually like rotted open and exposed like some of the material inside. It kind of smells dank in here. It's been fairly well sealed, which is maybe the only reason why the bed linens have lasted this long.
I'm gonna like pull the blanket off the bed gently.
Okay.
Quietly.
As you pull the blanket off the bed, you reveal something. A couple vials and some stashed away food and a little handful of iron.
Yay!
It looks like somebody was
Uh,
hiding something here.
Heck yeah, they were. And me, just a fabric goblin, was like, fabric.
Now the
Oh,
fabric you were
fuck.
actually pulling the fabric you were pulling at is actually like garbage. Like you're not sure you could do anything with it. But underneath you recognize, because you guys have had your hands on these for some time, is 2 potions of healing. You also
Ooh.
see 3 rations, food rations, and 6 iron pieces, which remember is
Okay.
like 6 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So someone stashed
Um,
away these little things underneath the bed, or I should say underneath the covers.
I'm gonna check under the bed and under each pillow now.
The bed's sort of one of those solid ones that goes straight to the ground, so there's no
Oh,
under
okay.
the bed there.
So I'm gonna lift each pillow like, is there more cookies?
No more goodies. As you
Okay.
lift the pillow, you get a smell. Like, ugh.
It's probably rotting feathers,
Yeah,
all things considered.
yeah. It's just
I didn't know
everything.
feathers could rot.
Even the
They
linen,
can.
like whatever the linens were made out of, like they've rotted to an extent that's like, you pull over like part of the covers and there's like a little bit of mold growing.
Yeah.
I love the
gonna-
fact that I decided to eat while we're doing this.
Sorry, Otherly.
I'm gonna drop the fabric, like, disappointed. I realize I just came into this, like, abundance of wealth,
Yeah.
but
Hey,
I'm
six-
highly
six iron can
disappointed
buy
in the
you some-
fabric.
6 iron can buy you some more linens.
It can. You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Yep.
But, God, what a waste. Look at that cloth.
I know. It looked like it once upon a time this bed was actually made out of fine linens. But that
I'm gonna
was
gather up
why
my
they went-
wealth and scooch skidoodle back.
And as you're pulling your way through, you're not quite through yet. Zerdos, did you have any? Let's pause you for a moment. Zerdos, was there anything else you were looking at out there?
I was just trying to get a sense of whether climbing from here seemed like an option.
Yeah. So given your high roll from before, you rolled pretty damn good on that last roll, and I'm holding it since it's the same kind of quote unquote object. You think you could stand by yourself out here? Maybe if you distance yourself from somebody else, they could do the same. You know, if you're kind of equidistanced, and the ladder, the upper ladder, maybe it could hold your weight, maybe it couldn't, but you're not sure you would bet your life on it.
Yep.
And if you slammed down because the ladder didn't hold you, you wonder if the extra weight from the inertia would cause a cascade.
Still doesn't look like something I want to climb from here, but
Now somebody a little lighter than you might be a better story. Somebody much lighter than you feel like it'd probably be secure.
yeah. And the stairs up that we came up, they continue to
Yep, they continue
go
up.
and it's still intact. Yep. And they're still intact.
Yep. That's all your questions, right?
Yep.
Helio. Everybody mute.
Whoa.
Everybody deafen but Helio.
Oh
okay.
no.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna start walking in the room, so I'm like waving my hands and like pointing down, down back the stairs.
Now, Beastie, you're still a little stuck in the rocks there, just so you know. Now you can take an act. So whatever you do next, you can either continue to try to gracefully come out, which may take some time, or you can just rattle off the rocks as an action.
Can I pull her out, or would that
Yeah,
still
that
cause?
can be your action. So
Are they looking frantic like there's enemies coming, or?
Ostos looks like he's basically said he looked frantic and pointing down.
Oh, yeah.
That was down the
Frantic.
stairs.
He's right.
Like I don't know why I
I'll
imagine C3PO. Master Luke, Master Luke.
Or like ET, like
Yeah.
Now that's what I'm imagining.
yeah.
Yeah, and if he looks frantic, I'm not gonna worry about being stealthy. I'm just gonna
Use an
through.
action to,
Okay.
to just dart off, and the rocks now are rattling off. And that's essentially kind of like your action, is basically like a quote-unquote dash off the rocks.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put yourself further forward.
I cannot.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay. And you might need like one last push off of the rocks. Just let me know if you have a particular place you want to be. Everybody can position themselves as they want, thanks to Ostos's heads up.
Okay. I
And
was.
anybody who
gonna
hasn't anybody who
move
hasn't
over here.
performed an action, which I think is only Beastie, can ready one.
Okay. I was
Yep,
going.
I pushing myself through was an action. You
Yep.
said?
Yes. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's
So
like
I have
a,
performed an action.
you can still place yourself somewhere if you'd like, Beastie. But I think I have to move for you because you're in that spot.
I
Okay.
think it's just when I try to go through the hole. Oh no, I can do it now that you let me through.
You're inside of it, so if you want to move outside of it, however,
Yeah.
you'll have a problem.
So what I'm
Oh.
wondering. So what I'm wondering is, Zerdos, do you look like you're going to like sneakily attack them, or are you ready to like just charge and start whacking them?
Are you just gonna bring down a attack?
I'm gonna ready an action to grapple whoever comes around the corner.
Okay.
And, like trying to like rip them around and like
and throw them to the ground.
If you
kind
want,
of
you
expose them to
could.
the group, but like
Okay.
If you
can.
want, you
So,
could stand here. You could stand behind the corner, and I could just stand there and go, "Hello, come at me," and then you grab one.
As soon as I push back Zerdos, push back behind Zerdos, I'm going to ready an action to stab.
Okay. So you're ready in action to stab any enemy that comes within stabbing distance of you
Yes.
from where you are currently.
Yes.
Okay. And Zerdos, just so you know, like if
Actually,
you grab someone, you can use movements to move them around. So you can actually grab them from the front here, and then you can use your speed to move them over here if you successfully
Yeah.
grab. So you can actually grab them and then throw them to the group.
that's
Yeah.
kind of what I want to do
At
is
the
like
mercy
grab
of the
them and
group.
just at least turn them.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
not let them go, but like grab them and kind of turn them around.
Do
held.
note that a grapple does not restrain them, and so they don't have advantage, and y'all don't have advantage, and they don't have disadvantage. Grapple just means their movement 0, and that
Okay.
you've got and that you can move them around.
Okay.
If when you get 2 attacks, I actually do allow you to do what's called like a shove down to prone, and then if you grapple someone who's prone, then I allow them to be restrained, and that's where the good shit is. Or if somebody's already prone and you go to grapple them, I allow that too.
Okay.
To restrain them. Just so you know, I feel like grappling's kind of like not really that cool in this game. So grappling prone targets restrains them, kind of like knee on the back or that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I should put that in homebrew.
I'm just gonna stand beside Astos. I'm ready in action with my bow.
Okay, Nadia, you're kind of in the center there. Can you put yourself in a square?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Well, okay.
Yeah, I'm holding acid splash in case like
Right here?
things devolve.
Sure. Okay, so you're holding acid splash that you'll throw at somebody within a view.
Mhm.
Yeah, things
Heatherly
go
is.
beyond just like restraining.
Jenny, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm holding an action with my bow.
Fire a bow shot. Beastie's used her action. Sorry about that, but you did get some sweet loot.
I did.
And then Zerdos is going to grapple and chuck to the group. Does that sound right?
Mm-hmm.
So you continue to hear, like Zerdos, you now starting to hear some whispering, and at that point, I need y'all to hold on before you do it. Yes. Now I need you to click your token and roll initiative.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we're doing it.
What?
Let's see, does this...
Oh, that's terrible. Because it's blind, but if you go to the combat tracker, you can see what you rolled.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. For initiative, I don't have a problem with that. Like, it's going to get revealed at some point.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna... Oh, no.
I don't even know where the combat tracker is.
It's the fist.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pop that out.
Oh,
We're all gonna
And-
die.
Yeah, you can do a pop out for that.
You can?
now I feel
How?
bad. These cultists could have been friendly, and we're just up in the air murdering them.
Oh, sure.
How do you pop it out?
Well, I didn't.
Right click?
I
Right click the
kinda
fist
deliberately didn't like have my hammer up there to
Ooh.
just smash somebody on the head. I
Yeah.
was curious a little bit,
But you guys should get like a heads up, or if not a heads up, at least a you're on. And so you shouldn't need it, but if you're like kind of anticipating it, that's fine. So now, I clicked the wrong one. I don't want to delete the encounter. I just want to remove that. Yeah, my
Sorry, you can
bad.
say we auto one. It's fine.
I'm just gonna have to re-roll it, and I'll take whatever it takes. And pay no mind. Don't look what's beyond the wall. Okay. And I'm getting used to this. This is the first time I've had to do this because even my other game didn't. Like I only had the one battle with y'all, so I'm just getting used to this shit. Okay, you should get some new music on.
Mm-hmm.
And Zerdos. In fact, one of them does come within view. So go ahead and give me an opposed athletics check versus this Dre cultist here. I'm gonna do my best. And Zerdos, you grab onto like as he's showing up. You have advantage, by the way, because he was not aware of you. You stood still. You didn't need to do a stealth check. You just and the rocks gave cover. That the sound was farther back, and so startling him with something closer, you grab onto him, and you're able to chuck him over for the group to annihilate. Group, go ahead and do all the things that you. I hate how it kind of fudges it a little bit. And this is sort of like a surprise, so I'm not doing the initiative yet, just so you know. This is you've surprised this first individual. After this first individual, it won't be a surprise because there'll be a lot of killing noises coming up. And so let's just do it clockwise. Nadia, you may stab.
I did stab.
Okay. And it hits. And he already looks... Actually, oh my god. So as you throw... As you chuck him out, Zerdos, he slams right into the knife of Nadia, and you see his eyes go as he gives like this deep breath, and like before he can let it out, you see his eyes roll back and he slumps onto the ground dead.
Oh, Nadia, I was
Scooch
gonna
him
shoot him.
off her sword.
Yeah. Now I'm going to begin combat, and so this one is done. If I mark defeated, it's going to remove it from the initiative, isn't it?
Probably. You can just put them in a place where you can't see. And
Yeah,
move
I'm
the
just gonna
tracker.
topple him. I gotta figure out how to do that because he represents many.
Yeah, I
There's
get
another
it.
one. There's two more that pile in, and Zerdos. One of them's gonna try to attack you from around the corner with disadvantage because he's got that corner problem. And another one's gonna come in like flying at you, and so here come 2 attacks. 15, does that hit?
Nope.
And a 13.
Nope.
And so they both kind of like slam into you, and you got like a shield, right?
Yep.
You just like hold the shield up as a wall, keeping them back. These sort of javelins wildly swinging, kind of pulling your head side to side. Now, Jenny, you do have an attack, but because Zerdos couldn't throw this one back, Zerdos is kind of in the way. You've got an attack that is a reaction that is disadvantaged. You can go and give me a disadvantage attack, and you're still going to have your round coming up. And Ostos, you'll be able to do this too.
Okay.
If it is an attack, it'll be disadvantaged. You can go ahead and just roll that now. You're still going to hit, Jenny. And so with
Cool.
kind of threading the needle past Zerdos, this arrow just whizzes by your head and clacks onto this guy, and you see it like hit his chest, and there's this blood spurt as he looks like he's almost already kind of on his last legs.
Oh, I was aiming for his eye. Oh, well.
Yeah, if it wasn't disadvantaged, then you certainly would have had him.
Yeah.
Will this do? I don't know how to like access his. I thought I knew how to access his health before, and now I'm having trouble. I mean, I can double click, but that's not how I want to do it. That'll do, I guess. Yeah, there's the near death. If you mouse over him, you can see near death. And Ostos, you can go ahead and did you do it already? Yes, you did. And oh, this is a dex. So yeah, you won't be disadvantaged at all. You just chuck it, and it hits the wall behind him, and you're hoping it'll splatter across him. He'll do his dex. He does get a critical success, and so as he gets shot in the heart, he kind of like leans forward for a moment, and like the splash just dips like right behind him. Sorry, Ostos.
I don't hold my breath too much when it comes to that.
And at this point, you hear shouting echoing from below, and it's a deep like sort of like get him. And there's the 2 Dre that are in the group. You know immediately there's a sort of other breed of Dre that are like kind of beefy, almost Surin like creatures. There's some legitimate warriors on the lower floor. Okay, Nadia.
Well, Nadia is going to.
Zerdos has been holding the line. Unfortunately, he's also a bit of a wall right now, a big beef wall.
God damn it. That's why you gotta be so damn big.
You can get in his square and stab, but you'll be disadvantaged, or you can, and then you back out and take an attack of opportunity if he doesn't die, or you can try to throw a dagger, or take a bow shot, or something like that.
I think
But
I'll do that.
all that will be disadvantaged.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, if you switch weapons from your rapier, you need to either drop your rapier, or had to have predicted this in the last round.
Can I just stand in this square right here?
Yeah, it's rough.
And,
It's rough terrain, but you can. Do you have any daggers?
I have a short bow and a short sword.
So if you had a dagger, I would allow you to like pull it off a belt and chuck it with your left hand. But if you want to use a bow, you have to drop your rapier on the ground.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna ready an action in case they get past
Okay.
Zerdos.
In case Zerdos throws somebody else over to the
Mm-hmm.
to the feeding frenzy. Got it. Yep. Keep in mind if you do plan to switch your weapons, you either need like I don't know what it's called in fifth, but like a sort of quick draw style, or you need to drop your current weapon, or you need a free hand to grab it, or you need to have put away the weapon the round before as an interaction, because it takes an interaction to grab and drop or grab and put away weapons, and you only have one per round. Okay, that was Nadia. There's some, you just hear some movement going on below, and a lot of yelling, like the yelling of what sounds like a dozen folk below. And that's it for them. Beastie, you managed to pull yourself out. You're standing on top of the stone.
I'm gonna pop my bonfire right on that asshole.
Okay, and that's a dex saving throw. It is succeeded. Does that mean half
Hold on.
damage or no damage? Does that mean they like kind of pull up against the wall?
Yeah, it means no damage.
Okay, and so a fire starts to like light underneath the Dre's feet, and he sees it for a moment, and he like backs up against the wall, kind of
I'm
away.
gonna put it in the corner just
There you
so
go.
we all know it's there.
Oh, you've got a much cooler, or maybe a much more appropriate fire one rather than a campfire.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, let me delete the campfire. There
Yeet.
you go. Yeah, use the fire one.
Okay.
All right, and that's your action. If you want any movement, let me know.
No movement necessarily, but I am gonna tell. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, you
Where'd-
can yell
where'd
something
that
out.
go? 30 feet. Okay. I'm gonna tell Zerdos to back up a step when the one in front of him dies.
Okay. Or you can always grapple and
Or-
take him with you. All right.
Also, yes.
Zerdos?
Is that square on fire right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna try and whack the near-death guy.
Okay, give him a whack.
Oh, there it is.
All right. That will hit this one. And so you like take your warhammer hammer out and just crack him over the skull as he's lined up against the wall. Or I should say it's more like you hit him in the face up against the wall, and he just buckles. And he begins to become tinder for the fire.
Did that send damage over as well as the attack, or just the attack roll?
Say that again?
Did that what it said?
No,
to
you
Did
you
that-
have to roll damages, but any amount of he had 1 HP. So
Okay,
I didn't even have to. But yeah, you should roll with the damage. Otherwise, I don't think you'll be able to. We won't be able to see what goes on.
Just trying to figure out which, because there's two separate. There's a separate button for attack and damage. Anyways, I am going to take a step back.
You might have a new setting that says roll damage with attack on your if you click your beyond 20 settings, because that was a new feature. Unfortunately,
I see.
it might have like rolled something back for you. Strange that it didn't happen to anybody else, because I got Jenny's and damage and Ostos' damage.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was
just
just
double
double checking. Cool.
Yep. Okay. Next is and so that way you're able to back off.
Did that guy swing at me around the corner? When I
No,
stepped back?
around the corner I've already given him disadvantage. In some instances, I wouldn't even let people roll at all. So as you kind of dip out, you see him like kind of move towards you, but he's too slow.
I guess I'm going to step back, and just to make room, I'm going to actually step all the way up here.
Sure. And next is Jenny. You don't see anybody currently because the only one is laying down in a fire, unconscious and clearly dying. Maybe even just completely dead. You can hold your ready in action to fire the next one that comes through if you want.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll probably do that. With my bow.
Okay. And this one, y'all are just laying waste. This is a good Thermopylae style. Just the next one tries to dive through the fire, but he is going to have to roll a dex saving throw. He succeeds. They're rolling good on the saving throws today, and so he manages to like kind of roll through the fire. But as soon as that happens, Jenny, you can let loose an arrow.
Oh, why
Oh
did
my
I
God.
put that at disadvantage?
You're good. So you rolled maximum damage, did 12 damage, and like as soon as he like tries to run through, he dives through the fire expertly, and it's almost heroic. And as soon as he kind of stands back up, right in between the eyes, and
I love that.
Made it through the fire and flame.
and now there's like this pile of bodies growing. It's not really a pile because it's two different spaces, but like it's not looking good.
And then my only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say to Zerdos and say, how many have you killed? And we're totally going to start an elf, a Dre. We're totally going to start a count. Like Gimli.
Beautiful. I guess I can just disappear them, but that's not as cool as actually doing a dead state. Is there a way to...
Put a status on them, yeah.
Yeah, that's not really very good. That's the only thing Roll20's got on this. I'm gonna disappear them.
Well,
I can
disappear
tell-
the other one because I get rid of your turn.
Well, that's actually okay because all these types are dead. So, all right. Next is Ostos.
I'm just actually going to kind of head over here and listen to hear if any of them start coming up here. So I'll just use my turn, or like from the lower levels trying to go up. So I'll just use my turn for a perception check.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception. Okay. Yeah, there's got to be at least half a dozen that are clamoring up. Like, you have killed the minority of them.
Okay, so I mean clambering up the wood outside the scaffolding. That's
No,
the main intent was.
Opposite way. I get what you're saying. Opposite way. You do hear one. Actually, yeah, he would be. How would this look? You would not see them,
Yeah.
but you can hear a couple clamoring around
I'll
the other side. About a couple.
Okay. I'll where does it look like it's coming up from like stairs?
So
over?
these stairs only go up, and these stairs come up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep,
So
yep.
these stairs come up to you, and these stairs are not stairs. This
Ladders.
ladder goes up even further, does not go down, and then
Okay.
this ladder only goes down. So presumably they're going to come from afar.
Quick shout to the rest. There's some coming from down over here, and pointing, beyond the wall.
Okay, and that's your action, but you can do movement if you further movement if you wish.
That's fine.
Okay. Okay, that's their turn, and you hear like the heavier voices, like bringing up like near the stairs, and you hear like this charge coming up from them. And Nadia, what do? You don't see any yet.
I'm going to ready my action and get up to where Zerdos is, but right in front of me, and then stab him.
Okay. So you'll stab anybody who comes within distance.
Yes.
All right. You're gonna see one of them try to fling themselves through the fire, the fire and flames, and I think Jenny, were you holding a shot for them? No, wait, you've already used your reaction, right? Yeah, yours is so.
Yeah.
He is going
I
to.
think that should give you my spell save DC.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me roll that real quick. He saves again. I don't,
Damn them!
like, look at this. They have a +0.
He's
Still rolling
fire
them.
resistant bastard!
And he's gonna peek just close enough that he's not getting up to anyone, and you see him as he breathes out a fan of flames towards. Let's see, how wide does this go? "15 feet. So I need all of you except for Ostos to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Right.
Oh no.
Okay, Zerdos, you critically succeeded. You'll take half.
Oh, where's my? Why can't I find this? There it is.
Oh, and I can roll the dice. I can roll the dice from the thing now. That's awesome.
I'm still on disadvantage, so.
Okay, Beastie fails. Nadia
no.
fails. Jenny succeeds. So Jenny and Zerdos, you will take half of 11 damage for 5 fire damage. And the rest of you will take 11 fire damage.
Ouch.
And he looks back and realizes he's kind of alone. And he'll push up because you can tell there's others behind him. Nadia, you get your attack.
Yeah. Oh, bitch.
Okay, you will hit. And as he races, he like blows out his fire breath, and as he races towards you, you just stab onto the top of his skull, and his body just limp underneath your things. He is gone. And the next one tries to roll through the flames, and he's gonna get a dex. 13. Does that save?
Yup, that's my DC.
Jesus. Everybody's rolling through. And he's gonna see all the bodies
Hey,
and
that
like.
shouldn't be my. What is?
Your DC is
That's
8.
not accurate.
What's your wisdom?
5.
Well, your DC is 15 then, because mine's 13.
Or
No, your DC
3.
is 8
My wisdom
plus.
is 3.
My DC as a 17 intelligence is 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it might be.
Alright.
Maybe it's your proficiency plus your modifier
It is.
added to 8.
Mhm.
Okay.
But your
Then
your
it's 14.
character sheet should be perfectly correct.
Because it's saying Dex save DC 13. If it's proficiency.
I'm inclined to believe it.
I was looking at initiative bonus, not proficiency. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I'm inclined to believe the sheet because it's never.
Yeah.
I've never seen it be wrong before.
No, that's right.
Okay. So yeah, he unfortunately just.
I was
kinda-
adding the wrong number. That's
Gotcha.
all. I was like, wait, that doesn't add. But that's because
It's
I
alright.
wasn't adding.
Yeah. And so this one is going to. I mean, this all happens at the same time, so presumably the two of them are racing behind each other. So the other one's going to fire out a. You see it belches out like this bolt of fire towards. First thing you see, which is Nadia.
God damn it.
And where's the attack roll? Okay, I'll do it. I'll have it do a separate attack roll. It hits a 17 and does 3 fire damage. So you see this little firebolt hit you in the gut.
It does how much damage?
3 fire damage. And seeing all the corpses, he's gonna stand back.
Good.
And you hear like others behind, like hurry up! And that is their turn. Beastie, how do you respond?
I'm gonna
Knowing
be
you
a
were blasted
real.
by the fire breath, then you see that there are others that look like they can do the same.
Yeah. Hold on.
dun, 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 dun.
Okay. I'm gonna drop my concentration on the fire. Possibly. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because at the long rest, I don't think you have rules about it, but during the long rest, do you let us redo, like, prepare our spells and shit as
Yeah.
normal? Yeah, okay.
Yep. Long
Then
rest,
I prepared.
all the same things with long rest apply. So you can prepare
Okay,
spells.
I took away some of my spells and prepared new ones, so I'm gonna cast Spike Growth, which is a 20-foot sphere.
Okay.
I want to center it on the staircase.
I think you have to see the staircase to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm
So-
looking, because it...
I always
Casting
interpret
time and
that you need
action.
sight unless it says otherwise.
which moves into the area. $150 feet.
150 feet is the range, but
yeah.
you have to see what the range goes out to. So I would allow you to hit this wall and for it to cover everything within 20 feet of that, which would be like I would let it grow out over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want it to...
Here. So like I would let it, but the point in which the expansion happens, I imagine that like you hit this point here, and then from
20-foot radius.
point of 20-foot radius grows out. But it, like for example, this probably wouldn't be a spot that was grown over. Does that make sense?
It's a 10-foot... It's a 20-foot sphere, so it would be a 10-foot radius, 20-foot diameter.
Yeah, given the stairs, that's
So
longer.
if it hit the wall, it would go 10 feet out.
Mhm.
10 feet.
It's a 20-foot radius, so it'd be a 40-foot
So if
diameter.
I put it...
It's a big spell.
No, it's a
Spike
Oh,
growth?
20-foot
just-
radius sphere.
can you-
It is a 20-foot radius sphere.
Can you link it for me, please?
Jesus.
Yes.
It's a big area.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I don't
If-
remember how to...
If,
Or I
if
don't
you
know how
have
to...
keep it slightly dicey, click it and then do
Like that? There you
VT.
go.
20-foot radius.
There we go.
Great, thank you. So it will go out this far from where you pointed at the wall here because that is an area that was like sort of, I would say, sightful to that point. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
So it would hit us. Never mind.
Not
I
true.
thought when it said 20-foot sphere, I was thinking 20-foot diameter, 10-foot radial.
Gotcha.
I'll leave my fire then.
Okay, I'll pull it back
Oh
in.
no. I'm gonna leave the fire then, and I'm just gonna... Jesus Christ. I am hurt. I'm gonna thorn whip this asshole in the face and then bonus action heal myself, because...
All right. And by the way, when you
Crap.
thorn whip, I let you choose whether or not you want to pull them towards you. Just so you know.
Yeah,
You can pull them towards Zerdos and others.
yeah, I'll pull him towards Zerdos.
Okay, and so your arm lashes out into this long whip that grabs on to his waist, and as you rip forward, he like kind of spins around as his waist gets ripped up. And he gets pulled over to the two of you.
I need you to reveal my healing to me.
Oh, it's 7.
Okay. I meant to change it so I could see that one, and I forgot.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, just tell me if you prefer a blind GM roll. I'll reveal it to you.
Yeah, I prefer the blind GM roll, so
Cool.
that's me.
I like it too, but sometimes it's I'd rather the players handle whether they want to choose it or not. Okay. Anything else from you?
Nope.
Yep. Nice positioning by your Thorn Whip. And Zerdos, you're up next, and you see, so you just see this individual, like out of nowhere, this individual gets like twirled over, not like he liked it, in front of you.
I am going to whack him with my hammer.
Gonna give him a head bop, and
Bonk.
and so as he gets pulled over, you just bonk him on the head, and he goes down flat. And now there's a pile of
Teamwork!
two bodies in front of you. That is some rough terrain at this point.
Okay, so that killed him.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very dangerous, but they're also very killable. Anything else? Positioning?
No, I think I don't want to block everyone's way, so I'm going to stay here.
Okay. And now it is Jenny.
But he does look over at Jenny and just kind of like gives her a little side eye as the Dre dies. Holds up a couple of fingers.
Oh, we're doing the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
like,
we're doing
Gimli
the
versus-
Gimli versus Legolas. I got 32. That doesn't count.
Yeah. That's what that's feeling at this point.
I think that's exactly what they're going
Oh,
for.
I was more.
I didn't track a couple. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I missed
That's
two.
not something you want to
I
hear.
missed two earlier.
But at the moment, I have
so
Zerdos has 3 and Jenny had 1.
So I have to retroactively do them. So, Ostos, you see one clamor on, and another one shortly behind them, and you can kind of hear the creaking as they do so. You hear this, and like one of them even looks a little, goes, go, 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 and one of them will dash out in front, while the other one just pushes a little bit ahead. Okay, and that's all they can do, and they're running towards you, Ostos.
Okay.
Now that's their turn. Okay. Jenny.
So I have a crazy idea. Is there any way I can like break the scaffolding?
You could attempt to like. There's no beams within great view, but you have the floor above in front of you. You could try to like the strength check, smash the ground in in front of you, or like stomp on the edge of it, in hopes that something happens. I'd probably do like an athletics to like try to stomp on the edge, to see like how much weight you can kind of press out. You're close to the beams, so you feel like if you stomp at you would know more or less.
No.
That would be the carpenter's.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm just gonna shoot at the cultist.
Yeah. Still a perfectly good
Climbing
use of your
up.
action. Go ahead. Y'all are rolling good today. You fire off a shot, and it just hits him in the head, and his head just like flicks back, and his legs just like fly upwards as he, like in mid-run, just smacks him back first into the ground.
I look at Astos and offer my bow and say, "Do you want to try next?" And that's my turn.
Y'all are killing it out here. Ostos.
No thanks, and I will pull out a potion or.
Yeah, a vial of deadly liquid.
I'd love to throw grease at the hole over here, but I don't want it to burn up. I guess I'll just throw acid at this guy still coming at us.
Okay, go ahead and throw.
Dex save. No.
Oh, yep. Allow me. 18, sorry. I don't know what's with these crazy ass rolls. They have a 0 modifier. Look at this shit.
This is the same thing with Toll the Dead.
Yeah, it's
stuck
so...
or save.
Yeah,
Save suck.
save or suck. And so as you throw it, he like expertly ducks behind over it as it just goes sailing over and off the tower. And he
Damn wind.
he scrambles back onto his feet and starts running forward again. All right. You see a big, meaty warrior come up against the two of you, and as he heads forward, he sees the two of you. He's going to cross diagonally.
Where was he?
Oh, can he? From the stairs.
He's got a.
Yeah, he's got to make the
save
dex. I'm
fire.
trying to just do one thing at a time. Can they
Okay.
cross diagonally? I think it's okay to cross diagonally because it's not through your space technically.
I think so.
And there'll be one other, and they'll both make a save. Okay.
Okay.
And let me just position these. And so, well, I don't think they'll both go after Nadia. One will turn to Zerdos, and the other one will turn to Nadia. They look pretty coordinated together. And now we'll make the dex saving throws. The second one will not be harmed, but the first one does. Can you roll me a new damage since it's been so long? Okay. And so the first one looks like he's been singed a little bit. Let's see if I can do this properly. Yeah, apply damage. Boom. Yep, that worked. I forgot about the whole apply damage thing. I was clicking their sheets and entering in the thing, but we got a much better way of doing that now. So the first one you see like a little bit of on his feet is a singe, and as they're running through the fire, you see them basically spit out these flames.
Mm-hmm.
Spit to the fire. Okay. And one will be at Nadia, and the other one, as he rolls through, will be at Zerdos. So let's have these rolls. Dexterity saving throws from the both of you, Nadia
Okay.
and Zerdos. Okay, Zerdos, you will take half damage. Nadia will take half damage, and that's all very well because Zerdos, you were going to take 13, you now take 6. And Nadia, you were going to take 7, you now take 3. And that's all they can do. They basically roll in and spit at you and then get into position.
Okay.
Okay. And that's their turn. Nadia, how do you respond in kind?
Oh well, I'll fight fire with fire. So she's going to ignite her blade, green flame.
Okay.
Did I use that? Why is it not letting me ignite my...
Okay, you will not hit. And so as you go to swing at him, he like strikes your forearm with his own, kind of keeping the blade away.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Now the cultists. So this one runs over here, and Jenny and Ostos. I need a dexterity saving throw as he blows out a fan of flames at the two of you. Okay, Ostos, you succeed. Jenny, you do not. 12 points of fire damage to you, Jenny, and 6 to you, Ostos. As a fan of flames goes roaring out of his mouth.
Okay, Astos can see that Jenny's looking rough.
Jenny just takes this big, like, Ostos, you sort of like duck to the ground, like you throw yourself to the ground and you feel these hot flames burning your back, and you see Jenny did not duck in time and she just takes a face full of it. Like,
I'm going all Two-Face.
you hear her just go like, ah! And yep, that's its round. And you see one last one just barely pulling himself up the ladder.
Gotcha. Yeah, that looks unpleasant.
Okay, that is their turn. Beastie.
Okay.
You can see that that Jenny just took a huge fan of flames to the face, and you're now getting kind of pincer attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach over and give Jenny a touch, and I'm gonna... Huzzah! I remember things.
Okay, 7 points of healing to Jenny.
Thank you.
And then I'm gonna do Nadia as well.
Okay. Now to cast
Oh no, I can't do that.
spells in one round.
'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on, sorry. I was using my healing touch, but I think it makes me cast it. Like,
Oh, as
actually cast it.
Okay. Is this? So are you doing your ability thing? Is that what that is?
Yeah, but I think it's still a casting of it
Yeah,
and not
if it
just
uses
a
the
free
word-
use.
If it uses the word cast or spell, then
Yeah.
you'll have to wait until the next turn.
Yeah, it says cast, so I can't do the
Okay.
healing word.
If you have any other
Just the
bonus
healing.
actions, you can go ahead and do that. But we're gonna not do the healing word, but to
Yeah.
But Jenny, you still get the 7 points of healing.
Yeah, the cure wounds is a feature thing, but it still says cast. I realized that after I
Gotcha.
said I was gonna. That's
No
it.
worries. All right, Zerdos. You've definitely got your hands full over here.
I'm gonna turn to the one that is attacking Nadia
Mm-hmm.
and swing my hammer at it.
All right. And that just barely hits.
And as I hit, I am going to use superiority dice to try and do a trip attack. So he has to save DC 13 strength save.
Okay. Oh man, he roll the 1. Good for you.
Okay,
These
sweet.
guys look kind of beefy, but you're beefy too. Until you strike it right into the ankle, and he's going to go down prone.
Okay, and that's the extra dice.
Good damage. All right, you do 15 damage total, and so you basically strike him into the head, or strike into the head of the creature, and then simultaneously you strike his, you basically like kind of side kick his ankle, and like you hear like you might have broken the bone, and he goes down hard.
Okay, and then I'm going to action surge.
Not that, though.
Okay.
I'm going to action surge and
Oh my
swing
God.
at him again.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, he's not dead yet. But he is now.
Advantage though.
So in this one time, you see Zerdos like suddenly Nada. You just see him like a flash of I was gonna say steel, but that's not the case here. In a flash of like bone, or you see him with like what's your you have like a mace,
Warhammer.
a warhammer. So it's probably like the skull of a small creature or something, like a Jakar skull warhammer. You just bash it into his head. You trip him over, and then one more time you smash into his skull, and that ends him. All in one round.
All right, and then the last thing I'm going to do is use my second wind.
Okay. Jesus. Fighters, man. Fighters can do quite a lot.
Oh, so I need to click that button, I think.
Yep. And you got 8 healing.
All right.
I'll reveal that just so you...
Oh, I did that one public just so I would see.
Oh, okay, great. I don't know why it said reveal to everyone then. Maybe you did a private GM roll instead. Okay, and yeah, I figure that's your action because you've done quite.
Yeah, I'm spent.
So yeah, Zeros just rips one apart in one round.
And actually, sorry, the one that I was attacking was the one that was.
Oh, my bad.
That was attacking Nadia.
Okay,
had sort of
fair enough.
Focused on me.
Boom, he's gone. And next is Jenny. So Jenny, you've got a pick of targets here. You got one that's rushing towards you, or one that just blew fire in your face, and then there's a fight going on with the Zerdos and Nadia.
I'm just gonna attack the one that's coming up the scaffolding.
Fuck that guy. You hit, and bam! Again, right into the chest, just a little left or right of center with your perception, I guess, into the heart, and he goes down as well. And as he slams into the ground, you hear like the wood creaking a little bit more. Okay, that's your turn.
Yeah.
Astos, you've got a view of the one back there that just climbed up, and you've got a view of the warrior on the other side.
Pick up a heftier flask out of my bag, and I'm going to grease it up over here.
Excellent.
So,
does that affect him, given the range?
yeah, he'll need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a visual for it, and I'll roll his. While you're doing that, I'll roll the dex.
I appreciate the sentiment of you greasing up the already dangerous.
Yeah. It's right by the ladder, too. It's right by the ladder.
Just like, fuck you.
So,
He did fail, and just because the place that he failed, I really want to do something.
He's gonna fucking...
I'm gonna roll a d8. and if it's 5, 6, 7, it's the if it's one of the wrong 3 numbers of the D8, 1, 2, 3. I just want to reveal.
Okay.
As he goes to as he's like, he basically just got up the ladder is how I described it. So that's why I'm doing this. You throw a thing of grease on, and as he grabs hold of the top,
Final wrong.
yeah, his hands slip, and his head smacks against it, and then you see him fall backwards off the ladder. You hear him just go, ah! And then, as you figure he hit, not the second floor, but the first one.
How's the
Oof, that
scaffolding
fall
holding up?
damage.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna roll because I don't think he could survive it. Each floor is like 20 feet or something. So
How's the scaffolding?
Or-
Did it shake from that?
it because he didn't apply very much weight, it looked fine.
Okay.
This is head slamming on the thing as his hands.
We're on the
slipped out
third
from under him.
floor.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love the usage of grease. So that did it for me. Okay, that's your. And Ostel sits back and goes 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Now for the
By
warrior.
Greece.
The warrior, seeing you so fiercely kill the other, is going to let out a roar and attack you twice. And yeah, the first one, Zerdos, you duck as he clangs the bone scimitar up against the wall, and then he tries to bring it down again, and you just knock it aside with your shield. That's his turn.
Okay, I'm going to use another superiority dice to try and riposte him.
Excellent. Go ahead. And you hit him, and so as you knock it aside, you then use your own elbow to like slam into his face. Okay. So is that a reaction attack plus superiority die?
Yep.
Because you rolled an attack and superiority die, so that's I take both damages from that.
Yep.
Awesome. All right,
Yeah,
you do 11 damage from that.
I guess the risk with that one is you might not hit, so you might not do the superiority
Yeah.
dice
No, this
damage.
is dope shit. I think next time I'm gonna roll a fighter. I think people underestimate the pure utility of a fighter.
They're good.
Okay, and so he's been damaged twice. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that damage. 1 and 2. Got it. Now he's injured. All right. That was just his turn. Next is Nadia. Nadia, you've got this thing in front of you for you to stab.
Nadia is smiling, and she's going to, if she can get away with it, she's going to blow fire at his face.
Sure, she can get away with it. He'll do a dexterity saving throw and fails. And takes the full 12 damage. So as you go, so Zerdos, you knock it aside, and then elbow in the face, and like you see like immediately his like nose, or I should say his snout, is like just shooting blood. And as he's recoiling from that, Nadia, you blow out the fire, and like he's defenseless. He wasn't even paying attention to it, and you just flow the fire from head to toe. And what you see from the smoke is a body on the ground.
She's going to turn around and she's going to hold up 3 fingers.
Nice. All right. Good. I love everybody's shit they're doing. Like, this is great. Okay. That's Nadia. Now for the cultists. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll morale for this because there's one left. No. And so you saw like a head peeking out from over here, and like he sees the carnage. Like there's like what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bodies just lined in the hallway. And you see him rush. Well, you don't see him do anything. You just see the head pop back out, and that'll be it.
Nadia is gonna shout out, "Come back, friend!"
Friend, yes.
I have letters for you. And so that's end the initiative.
Jesus.
There's a silence that rolls over. Your fire eventually dies down.
Oh yeah, I'll just drop it if he's running away. Oh, I forgot that it would say things. I just wanted to post that in the chat.
No worries. And yeah, good job.
Because when you first showed us them, go away. Next up, I get off my screen.
There's a lot of those. Nice job.
Should we hurry to see what that last one went? There might be more.
To raise the
Oh
alarm.
yeah,
I guess.
guys, I found stuff. I'm gonna give Jenny and Nadia each one of the potions that I found. So I guess both potions I found, I'm just gonna
Fair enough.
one in each hand out to each of them and go, Jinkies!
Yeah, Nadia turns it up.
Before we get too involved,
We can do a
take
break. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. Let's do let's break till 3:35. And if we all sit in silence for a while, and then for a moment you hear a groan. It's coming from underneath the pile of Dre.
Because I'd start hauling bodies aside and looking for what's making the noise.
And you see one of the skinnier cultists that you might have bonked on the head earlier is still alive. You zeroed out their health instead of, so to speak. And
I can't move off the
barely-
pile, but I'm gonna hop
his
down.
eyes are sort of rolled back. Yeah, I'll go ahead and move you. Just put you right there. And his eyes are like barely open, and they're kind of like rolled back a bit. And he goes, almost reminds you of the zombies. But no flour on his back, just raw pain.
I guess I'll haul him up and make sure he doesn't have a weapon handy.
Yeah, and he's not holding one.
Maybe keep his face pointed to the wall.
So he's gonna twist his neck. He's twisting his neck a bit. He's like, ugh, like
Is it okay if I point my sword at the back of his neck?
ask the play. Like, of course, it's okay as a DM perspective, but you can ask I guess you can ask your teammates.
I mean, he seems
Well,
hurt
I'm
enough.
mainly doing it to intimidate him. Maybe we can get some information.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah. So tell me,
Guys-
it's like, may I do this for the purpose of intimidating him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess you can, without even asking, like, without even a purpose to intimidate him yet, you can go ahead and just see if he's intimidated. Give me an advantaged intimidation check, just because he's already in a situation where he's wounded, friendless, and he's not exactly at the top of the totem pole. Okay. This is a DC-based thing, so I'm setting one in my head and accepting the results. And so as you point the thing at, what did you say, the back of his head?
Yeah, I'm pointing at the
Side
back
of
of
his
his
head?
neck. The
Oh,
point
the
is
back of his
at
neck, okay.
his neck. Yes.
And so, like, from the corner, he goes, "No, don't hurt me.
Tell us everything.
Like what?
Like everything you know.
This one was born 22
Not
years
that.
as he yells, as you yell at him. He goes, what does it want to know?
Can we eat it?
About this place.
What is that?
About this
Who?
place.
We take this tower to watch the gift.
Why?
Positive.
Why? What's the point?
He looks at you for a second and sees your Dre and he goes, shouldn't you know?
I don't follow your god.
Same.
And he looks back and forth and he almost looks dismayed and says, but Dragos, he will be the bond for you.
Fuck him.
And he looks kind of bewildered, like he was trying to he was trying to persuade you, and it didn't quite work. And he goes, "It is souls, souls for the conversation."
Is there any more that we need to worry about in this tower?
No, no more.
I wouldn't say I'm
Like he's
inside.
lying.
Like,
I feel like he's lying.
You can insight
You,
check.
you can go ahead. This is, I guess I'll.
Oh, can I roll an insight too?
Yeah, anybody who wants to can roll an insight.
Alright.
Oh, no more. Oh, okay.
No, there's no more of us.
Has anyone ever seen like that GIF of like the guy who like it's that video game where it's supposed to you press the doubt button or whatever, and like
Yeah.
there's that guy who like says like he gives an answer and then he goes like this like.
Yeah.
You know the GIF I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's looking like
What
that.
is that from? Is it from Heavy Rain?
I can't remember, but I remember.
It's from LA Noir. It's 1950s, and you're a detective.
There you go, that one.
The thing
So anyways,
that's funny
he's
about
giving the LA Noir, like he looks like ashamed of what he just said. He goes, "Yes," and like looks away. Like it's so obvious that he's just like saying shit
just punch him
I'm
in the
just gonna-
face.
to save his hide.
My rapier is gonna go a little bit further into his skin.
It's just like poking in just before it pierces. And he goes, "No, yes, there is.
How
Upstairs.
many?
I don't know.
Tell the truth.
It's the ones that lead, or the one that leads. Plus
How
the
many?
I'm gonna
one,
bite his leg.
1, 2.
Who is
As he grabs his leg, as you bite his leg, I'm gonna assume it's a no damage bite, or else he's gonna go under.
Yeah, I'm just biting him just to,
Yeah, just to hurt him a little bit.
to
No,
rub it in.
who
no
is
lance
I'm gonna-
damage.
Like, this one tastes funny. Tastes like liar.
This one's not fucking. And he says 1, 2, the two of them. One's little.
who is
Is
the
what
one
he
that
said.
leads you?
His name is. The name is Bijou. I want everybody but Nadia to deafen.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
Everybody's on.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this.
So y'all see Nadia look pissed. Like she is pissed.
This one told you what it wants. It lets go, yes?
No.
This one
What's
is
the
no
name of the
harm.
smaller one?
It does not know. It's not part of this group. It shows up later. Goes to Bijou.
Is that everything you have to tell us? She's gonna dive her
Yes.
sword back in a little bit
Yes, it lets go now.
more. Okay,
it
she
has
slits
no
his
power.
throat.
Wait. Nadia.
You get +1 renegade points.
Jenny kind of goes, Nadia. We could have pushed him off the freaking scaffolding. Way
He
easier.
deserves a quick death. It's fine.
You guys are terrible. I'm gonna have to reevaluate your
Zeros looks a little uncomfortable at the flat out murder, but not gonna say.
I'm gonna
It is
bite
a
his leg again.
joke.
wonderful.
Well, I guess negotiations off the table for future events.
This one knows of the one he was speaking of.
Plus, if we let him go, he'd probably go tell whoever this Bejor? I'm so confused.
Beijou.
Beijou. Gotcha.
Usual. It's all French.
I mean, I guess one of them already ran away, so they're probably going to be expecting us. But I'd just start sort of like mechanically
But they
digging
ran
through the piles of
downstairs,
bodies,
right?
Yeah,
looking
I will.
for anything useful, valuable. I don't know if these things have clothes on or anything,
Yep.
but
Zerdos, they do, and they have pockets too. So
Oh, awesome.
between all of them, you find about 40 iron. They all had a little bit of payment in their pockets, and there was quite a few of them. The bigger, heavier set Dre had quite a bit of that iron. The first ones you killed had very little.
Oh yeah,
add that to the
Now
group
that-
loot.
I'm gonna add that. Let me
Yep.
know when you're out of the group loot so I can add stuff to you. I'm gonna add that.
Sure. You probably can add simultaneously on Foundry, but maybe you can't.
What
I was just
kind
editing
of...
the iron amount and how is this supposed to?
Yeah, it's probably safe to just do that one at a time.
Did they have
But
any
I-
good weapons? Like any arrows
They're
or
all
anything?
they're all made out of like stone and bone. Nothing
Okay.
particularly interesting. But if you're interested in looking, they're mostly javelins,
Okay.
and there were a
Oh.
couple bone scimitars.
And
What else
also,
did
she
I
is gonna.
get?
Go ahead. I'm
A
sorry.
couple bone scimitars and like I would say 6. Well, actually, only the other ones. So 3 javelins, 3 bone
Oh,
javelins,
sorry, I meant from the bed. It was 2 healing potions,
Oh.
6 iron, and
and
was
3
that it?
rations.
3 rations. Okay, those I'll just add to my own.
Okay.
How do I save? Save. Okay.
And she's also gonna look at the party members, and she's gonna hold up for.
Wow. One of them was kind of a kill steal on Zerdos.
So Zerdos is gonna think he got an assist for the grapple throw right onto the dagger. So that's like
This is important shit.
Wait, Nadia got 4. How many did Zerdos get?
Depends on what we're calling in a kill. Because I think we're probably calling a last hit.
killing
Take out.
blows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
killing blows at kill.
Okay.
Which kind of like, really it should probably be considered assist versus kill, where somebody does all of it.
We're getting into Fortnite rules. Anyway.
Yeah,
We are. I got assists
But
the whole
I-
way.
I think Zerdos, because you're really ignoring the people who assist quite a lot. And Zerdos and Nadia definitely assist each other a ton. Like they were
No,
comboing people.
I tried to fire all of them as they came through, and
Yeah.
thorn
Had-
whipped the one right into Nadia's blade.
Actually, Jenny might have gotten the most unassisted kills. Because I think she straight up killed like 3 individuals with no
Straight bow shots.
assistance. Yeah, it was just straight bow kills.
Oh, did
On
I?
the kill. Yeah, because there was one that was.
Oh, did I?
running in.
Says she
Sorry.
blows fire.
Whatever. Yeah, because I think there was 2
I think
running
we all
in.
did really well.
Yeah, y'all whooped ass.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, like, if Astos
think-
hadn't seen them, I wouldn't know to go over there.
way,
So.
By the way, Ostos got the fewest kills, but he got the most styled kills.
He
The
did.
style- He got like he got the kill of the
Now,
Kill of the
did
week.
Austin
Yeah.
get the kill or the assist?
kill cam?
Where Gravity
Yeah.
got the kill.
yeah. Well, yeah. You know what? Ostos got 0.
Was it 1? Not 0.
But yeah, y'all did.
Yeah.
It was really good group work. I loved it. You really kind of. This could have been disastrous.
It could have been. So.
I still have the leg in my mouth as I start to move.
Perfect.
So I'm trying to
Kinda-
drag this body.
It is heavy and it takes some time, but you drag it.
Okay.
You're getting it along.
Jenny's just gonna suggest that maybe we should go down to the second floor and see if they're gone. And then saying, plus maybe they have some books, Astos.
Well, they don't seem the reading sort to me, but maybe.
At least we'll know if we're leaving enemies behind us.
Do you head down?
Mm-hmm.
There's
Okay.
still stairs that lead up to you.
I'm just gonna pull you down the easy way here.
Okay.
Oops, I just threw a lizard down there.
Do you want me to go first since I suggested it?
Just place yourselves as you will. You can at least be in this hallway. And when you go into the hallway, it seems quiet. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
And all the doors have been opened at this point.
I wanted to look at this statue thing.
Sure.
You
Beastie,
had mentioned
and anybody who
before.
looks at these statues can give me a history or religion check, whichever one you're better at.
Sure. Okay.
Zerdos doesn't notice there's a statue anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Jenny doesn't
Same
either.
for me.
Oops.
Oopsies. Sort of, no matter what, everybody sees the statues.
Damn it.
So let's see what we got. So Beastie,
Oops, that wasn't supposed to be public.
Nadia, Ostos. Zerdos, not so much, and this makes sense because you're kind of cloistered away from things. Jenny, not so much. What this is, the statue of a regal figure in a robe that's holding a
Goodness.
staff. This is tell me what, the name of this sorcerer queen is long lost. However, you can recognize depictions of the sorcerer queen are kind of throughout Yaramuke. This was the local leader of Yaramuke, who is dead now.
The one who decided to stop giving the gift.
Yes. Who decided to defy the dragon and paid the ultimate price. They look like the statues themselves are weathered, have not been kept well. I would say to Ostos and Beastie, who had the highest rolls, it stands to reason that these cultists, and I would say the Dre automatically get this part, that the cultists held no love for this particular sorcerer queen.
Assuming there's no writing.
No writing. Just
Does
the
it look
statue.
like the statue's been kind of scraped over?
No, not like they've been defaced or anything like that. Just merely that they've been neglected over time.
Okay.
Ostos, where you're at, you see a small box that's on the bench.
I will go to said box.
You take a look at it. It's about this large, and it's got like one of those little easily removable tops. And if you're willing to remove it, let me know if you are.
Yeah.
You see what looks like a box of candles, and there's a little bit of a pleasant scent as you unbox it.
Well, I will take the pleasant scented candles.
Put a box of perfumed candles in your inventory. I think that actually might exist as a real item. And if it doesn't, then just write it in as a custom item. By your estimation, it's worth 20 iron.
Okay.
To have a perfumed candle, like the different kind of various ingredients from different parts of the tablelands, are sort of a luxury item, and so it's quite expensive.
So are they sort of like
That's probably
incense?
really old then.
No, not like incense. They're candles, scented, perfumed.
Noted.
Do they look really old? Actually, no.
Oh,
They might have been brought here.
I was gonna.
One of the Dre might
was
have a
thinking
fancy
maybe they
for
were-
nice smells.
That's out of character for rotten little lizard men. who
It's
are gathering souls.
true. Now,
Well, these are
Um,
civilized folk. Well, maybe not civilized morally, but civilized like as in civilization wise.
Oh yeah, I know that, but
is there?
yeah, souls. So
Mm,
I definitely get what you're saying. However, like it's kind of weird. But
yeah.
On the statue, is there anything in particular that's like, or that we've seen going throughout the cities that like this is a token that that this sorcerer queen always carries around a staff or something? Like if I wanted to look this up later.
There is a particular staff. The staff itself just looks like it's made out of like a type of stone that then like bears a crystal
Okay.
in like a what looks like perhaps a like a metal facet.
there's a metal thing on the tip of the.
No. The statue depicts a staff. It's all made out of stone.
Oh,
But
okay.
it depicts a staff that looks like there's a part that looks like it might have been a metal piece.
Gotcha.
The way that it's
Gotcha.
shaped and that kind of thing.
I was like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. If they put metal on their statue, I'm totally gonna go up and rip that off.
You'll look over to nodding and be like, I wonder why she refused to give in. Okay. Are you? I think you're muted. There we go.
I was talking to Aaron, sorry.
Okay. Well, that's
All right.
it.
I could push through it. Aaron.
All right. All right. So, what do you guys wish to do now? That's all you find in this particular floor.
There's no signs of this as being like a their camp area or whatever, or there's just nothing else interesting.
It seems so. There's like kind of like snuffed out little like makeshift campfires near windows, and you see like occasionally some rough clothing in corners,
Was
but nothing
there
of real value.
was there a fourth floor to check out, or was the third floor the
Yeah,
last
there's a
one?
fourth floor.
Oh, we should
Yeah,
probably.
you can go higher
I
than where
would-
you fought.
I would paw through all the clothing like the little goblin child I am, and
Mhm.
see what they have. If there's anything
They'll have
hidden
just-
in their clothes.
Generally speaking, they all have like rough clothing. The ones that blew a sort of breath had brown robes. They looked very rough. The rest sort of just had like harnesses and that kind of thing.
Are there any of those robes down amongst the pile?
Yeah, a lot of them are singed, but I would say you find like one or two brown dray robes.
Okay. I'm gonna hold up one of the robes as best as I can hold it up and like gauge it against Zerdos to see if it would fit him better than the cape, maybe, that I made out of, essentially a tarp.
Okay. If you take robes in general, they'll be like 5 pounds.
Okay. Do these look like they'd fit him?
They'll fit any humanoid that is medium, I'd say. They're kind of just like rough robes that
draped.
you put on. Yeah,
Do
they're
they have
draped.
a hood?
No, not these ones.
Not these
They're
ones?
sort of open
Okay.
paneled. To the
Then hold them
tray,
up and
to
go,
the tray you've
well,
seen.
they don't have a hood.
Ones have hoods.
Does
Nah,
anyone need to do anything?
I'll drop
before
them
we
again.
Try and get up to the top and get a view, or should we carry on?
I'm good.
Let's go up!
Okay.
Just keep an eye out to see if they laid any traps for us or anything like that. The one to warn them.
I
Okay.
think at this point I'm less concerned about being sneaky, so I'm just gonna go. Move up with everyone else.
All right. And so, should I plant you on the 4th floor?
Mm-hmm. I think that's where we're going, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll do. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
Okay.
And Zerdos,
I'll
the
go
stairs
third.
kind of just bring you immediately to an opening. And are you trying to be quiet? And was it Jenny being next?
I mean, I'm not banging my way up the stairs, but
It's
I was
Oh.
going first, and I'm not sneaky, so
Okay.
I would be as quiet as I can.
okay.
I'll stealth if you want,
It's
but-
I think
Sure, go
it's Zerdos, Beastie, and then me. I am trying to be sneaky. I don't know if Beastie's gonna try and be sneaky.
I'll
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
follow behind
Let's look at
Oscar.
Zerdos's.
That's with disadvantage.
Okay. Still pretty good. Okay. So Zerdos, are you trying to like peek around the corner, see what else is out here? You notice there's no roof on this spot.
Yeah. Okay.
There's
I will.
roofless top floors. You see the sort of your vision that looks east and south, or sorry, west and south. You just see that the wall just sort of stops and it's been broken off. And there's a window to the south that just kind of is like almost already shattered and is broken off at the top. And as you give a peek, you see a number of individuals. I rolled a 19.
Oof.
That
Oh,
merely
no.
are watching and wait.
Damn it.
And as you're peeking, you already hear a voice. Come on out. Let's talk.
I'm gonna take that as an invitation,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna
And-
step forward while holding
Yep.
a
I'll
thunder
step
wave.
forward too.
Zerdos, as you get there, he goes, as you get about here, let's say, he goes, that's far enough. And you see him put his hand on his weapon.
I would definitely have my
Okay.
hammer out as well.
Let me just pull some people up here. You can kind of put yourselves where you wish, but I'm just throwing you out there. And
Yeah,
what you
sure.
see is this roofless top floor. This top floor has been blown out on the top right side, and Beastie, you cannot go that far. He's said that's
Okay.
fair.
I was trying to get out of the way of everyone coming out.
Yeah, you can.
What about
you can do
here?
that. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And
Let me center myself
you
in the
see
square.
that the wooden floors here have become bleached by this sort of unrelenting dark sun, and a strong wind passes over this floor here. You see Sea Dink cowering behind a dray in red robes, and as Jenny, you come out first because I see you kind of Nadia's kind of in the back there, and he goes, "Do I have music for this?"
Mm-hmm.
There's music
Oh,
playing, but it hasn't
thanks.
changed.
It's fine. I'll use this one. We haven't used this in a while. He goes, Genevieve, how convenient to find you here. Your return has been demanded. And as he sees Nadia come out as well, he says, and Nadia. You see this smile across his face. Yask has been looking for you as well. Dre's lips curl into the sinister grin. Says, this one will be rewarded greatly for finding these both.
I'm gonna look over to the two of them and say,
You also see one cultist sort of like shaking amongst them, and like Volas, or I'm sorry, Bijou, just sort of like pushes him out. He's got him like pushed out in front, almost like he's using him as cover.
me just
What
gonna
a
call out,
coward.
ask your friend what we did to the rest of your crew. We'll do it to you as well. You're not gonna take our friends anywhere.
He smiles and says, the rest of my crew is expendable. So, what has brought the lost Dre here? Do you wish to return
No.
to Dregoth's conversation? As he kind of squints at you, interrupting him. He says, so you do not wish, but you will anyways.
No, I won't.
We will see about that. As he pulls the he's got this like enormous sort of almost sword-shaped bludgeon in his right hand, and he lifts it up, and it looks like he's ready to use it. This would be the time to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, there's no. I don't do like when there's a standoff like this. There's never a surprise. Like it's no surprise to the enemy that you would do something to them in a snap. Just as I wouldn't allow them to surprise attack you while conversating. It's like we all know there's something ready to pop off. So unless there's like a really good reason for it. Let's just roll initiative and do music, and Lexi will see how long we can go. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So the music turns on. Should be able to hear this music. And below, below the sort of whistling winds and the sight beyond, you see the massive crater of bodies that this tower overlooks. Okay. All right, I'm gonna click Volosk. I keep saying Volosk. That's originally what I was gonna name him, but I decided to go with something French. Click Bijou.
Bijou.
Bijou. And then Seedink. And Seedink holds his little staff, like kind of shaking. You're not sure if it's fear or like rage at you guys. And we'll pop out the initiative once again. All right. Beastie, you're at the top of the initiative.
I'm gonna rush forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, right up against this guy, and I'm gonna upcast Thunderwave to 2nd level.
Excellent.
Wait.
The whole tower is crumbling down.
And that should be a 15-foot cube from me.
All right. I'll get these Constitution saving throws. DC 13. The big bad saves. Seedink saves.
Oh, I thought it was like the circle. It doesn't measure from the center like the
And
circle does.
Dre does not save.
Okay, so the save, I made a square because I thought it measured like the circle does, and it does not.
No, it's like one. Like take the edge of the square and aim it at something. Like make you the origin from the square.
The circle one is the you can Oh, good. Wait, I can click the boom and delete it.
Yeah.
The circle measuring tool, it starts where your point of origin and goes out.
Oh, okay. So can you
I
hit all
thought
three
the
or not?
square one. Yeah, 15-foot cube.
Okay.
I mean, even a 15-foot circle hits them.
Well, 15-foot
So the
circle
ones
would
that
be bigger than a 15-foot cube. I mean, in terms of like the expansion, like the 15-foot cube goes in front of you, and then the circle goes all around you. Right. So,
where's
but
your boom?
it can hit 3 all the same. So what's the? I think they take half damage regardless, right? So
Yeah, and the one that failed
Oh, you
gets
did. You
pushed
got the
10
damage.
feet.
okay, that's the cultist here. I will say he. I'll tell you what, because I even have it full ask. Here, let me change it to. It's funny because Bijou's on the sheet name, but it's not on the token name. There, that should fix it. Because Bijou's in the way, he will fire diagonally off, and I'm going to give him a... Because he's kind of half on, I'm going to make him roll an acrobatics to see if he survives. Oh, except that the thunder damage is big enough that he dies instantly, and so he just goes flying off.
It's just
Yeah, you did enough. You did 14 damage. On
yeah, I
that. So
upcasted. I was
it
hoping
blasts-
to just push them off and ruin all
Yeah,
your
that'd be
fun.
hilarious. Well, Bijou's got something behind him that would stop that, but Sea Dink flying off would be hilarious. But no, instead they'll take the half damage, which is still significant. I mean, he did 28 damage total across all of them.
Okay, that's me.
Okay, Beastie is done, and I forgot to begin combat. Nadia.
So, Nadia. And she'd go up right here.
Okay.
Right. Right there.
Where that's kind of in the center of 4 squares.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, she's just gonna back Beastie up then.
Alrighty. And anything else?
She's just salivating heavily and
Perfect. Bijou. Bijou will... It's been so long since I made him. Excuse me. Bijou's weapon, from the start of when you entered, sort of glowed with this, like, white energy. And he charges forth towards Beastie and is going to try to whack her with it. Okay. 2 attacks, a 17 and a 25.
They both hit.
Okay. And he will do 7 and 12 damage each. So 19 damage total. As he slams into you first, like into your shoulder, and then one swinging into your chest.
Oh no.
And you feel like this sort of, like as it strikes you, you feel like this additional like blast as he hits you with that weapon. Okay. Oh no, I moused over you.
Yeah.
Astos, your turn.
Well, what should I do? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Is flanking a thing in your game?
No.
I don't think so. Okay. Move 5, 10 here.
Keep in mind, if you move here, you need to either be small or balancing with acrobatics every time you get struck.
Oh yeah. No, that's too precarious for me.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And you see Sea Dink, like as you position yourself over there, you see Sea Dink look at you with his beady eyes.
I don't really have much. So I guess I'm going to acid blast CD.
Okay. I roll a con, right?
Dex save.
Oh, Dex. He fails.
Surprising. Actually, I think it hits both of them.
Do I have to roll for both of them, or just hits him and then does additional damage to Bijou?
No, he needs to make dexterity saving throw as well.
Oh, okay. Bijou rolls a Dex and fails as well.
Okay.
So what do they take? It's right there. Gotcha. So they both get hit with the. It's a small splash, but it manages to hit them both, and there's like a little. Tss.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be it.
Okay. And next is Zerdos. Do I even need to announce these? That your screen should go like kind of nuts, and you should hear some stuff.
Can I get to here?
Yeah, if you go down, if you have enough movement to go down here and then up here.
Yeah, it's like 20. It says 26, so that
it's 25 then. I think
25, and then another 5 to. All right. Well, I'm gonna shimmy over here then.
Yep. I might be off by 5, but it's okay.
I am going to. I'm gonna try and hit Bijou.
All right. Go ahead and swing. Okay. So as you go to slam down on Bijou, you feel his shield come up and just slam your body backwards a bit. And you kind of stagger, and you feel like there's a lot of strength behind this drag. Anything else?
No. That'll be it for me.
Okay. Jenny.
I'm going to just move a little bit further. And I'm going to first use Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Who are you marking?
Bijou.
Okay.
And then I'm going to yell at him and say, "You wanted us? Well, here we are." And I'm gonna hit him with my longbow.
You got us. You fire off a shot, and he sees it, pulls his head away, and it whizzes right by his head.
Damn it.
Now y'all are rolling low. You needed those previous rolls. C-Dink starts yelling and dancing, and Ostos, he is going to fire a scorching ray at you.
Okay.
And he's going to fire all 3 rays at you. He wants to take you down. He knows what you're capable of.
Oh no.
Okay.
And so, let me.
Please tell me the AC of what he's gonna hit me with.
Okay. He hits a. He hits a 5, an 11, and a 9.
No, that's a hit. Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's got a plus something to his roll. He just rolled a critical failure and then 2 bad rolls, and so you see him roll, as the 3 rays just form a triangle over your shoulders and head, like not even with you dodging. It just fires over you. That's his round.
I will, knowing
Also,
how rough it
after
could be, I'll duck a little bit to make it feel like it was close.
Also, his feet scraping a little bit backwards as you had done a thunder blast. He's going to step up a little bit and push himself more to the wall. And I think that's all he can do. Okay, that's the end of C-Dink's turn. Beastie.
Okay. I'm gonna
Terribly battered.
upcast. Yeah, I'm gonna upcast Cure Wounds on myself because I'm fucking.
Okay. Yeah, it was rough. You
And
healed
I forgot. Sorry, how much?
12.
Okay.
Anything else?
I think that's all I have unless you allow bonus action unarmed strikes.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
Then I'm done.
Only for like monks and shit.
Yeah,
okay.
because it says bonus actions 2-weapon fighting, but I don't have like a light property weapon.
Yeah,
Well,
I got
I do, but I don't have it in my hand.
All right, Nadia.
So, would it be, would it cause an opportunity of attack if I kept Beastie, like, under me trying to protect her? Because she's still hurt.
There's just no such action. Unless you're standing in her space and pushing her out of it.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
If BC allows it, I will allow you to grapple her with an action, pull her behind you, and you step in front with your action spent.
Beastie, what do you think?
Is that gonna provoke an opportunity attack by the...
Nope, because it's her
Bijou?
movement.
Oh, okay.
She's using her movement to grapple and pull you behind. So it'd be something like this. You're watching?
Yeah.
Throw her behind. She steps forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll allow it just because it's easier to heal someone else than myself.
Yeah. No, it's not, because you can only incur an attack of opportunity when it's the movement of the person who's supposed to be the attack of opportunity, and Beastie's using no movement.
Okay. All right. And that ends my turn.
All right, and so you throw yourself in front
Mm-hmm.
and pull out your rapier or whatever,
Yep.
and Bijou is next, and he sees you pull in front,
Come at
and
me,
he looks
girl.
between the two of you, and let's see.
Decisions.
Yeah. He's going to first swing at you, Lexi, and or I should say Nadia, and you duck underneath, and he looks back and just back swings out to Zerdos and hits a 22.
Oh.
That'll hit.
And it does 9 bludgeoning damage. Okay, that's his turn. And he looks over at Sea Dink and says, "Do something, you worm!" And that's his turn. Ostos. And Sea Dink quickly panicking, like, Dink, Dink!
I will shout back at him, dink dink, and throw another acid blast.
Excellent. I'll roll the 2 dex saving throws. And first one fails, second one succeeds. So Bijou will not be hit, but Dink does. And you do one acid damage on little Dink.
Little dink. Yep.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'll just stay there.
Okay, Zerdos. You get swatted by Bijou.
Is this a window next to Sea Dink
Yes.
or an opening?
It's intact, however.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps with enough force you could force something through it, but depends on what you're doing.
I was thinking of grappling Sea Dink and hucking him off the edge somehow.
You can grapple him and throw him off the other edge, but to do so, you'd have to move away from Bijou enough to probably incur an attack opportunity. But yes, you could grapple and use your movement to just drop him.
All right, I'm gonna try and do it.
Okay, so that'll look something like this. You grapple Sea Dink.
Yep.
You move yourself 5, and then 10, 15. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's double movement when you're grappled. It's
Okay.
5, grab, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then move yourself. I'll allow it, the last bit, to drop them off. Because you could sort of just do that, too. You actually don't need to. You could just throw them off the other side to finish it. Is that something you'd like to do?
Yep.
Okay, let's reset the positionings and see if you do it. Do a grapple, we'll do opposed athletics.
Well, I have something quirky to say too.
Okay. Where the hell is his? Oh, because he's not. He's not good at it. Strangely enough, this is your roll,
Shit.
and this is his roll. And so I'm gonna say it's more. I should have done acrobatics too, better for him. But I rolled anyhow. And so as you go to grab him, like you grab his shoulders and you're picking him up, and then he like wiggles and slips out of you. It's like he greased his little shitty scales.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's your action, unfortunately. That would have been
Okay.
fucking amazing, but
Okay, so I guess I'm still in place then.
Yeah, you're still
and
in
I
place.
will stay in place. I don't have a bonus action right now.
okay.
Yep, that's it for me.
Jenny,
I'm going
it certainly got
to.
Seedink's attention.
Yep. Cause guess what? I had the same idea. So, I'm going to rush over to Seedink, and say, now it's my turn, and I want to do the same thing and kind of push him outside of the open space.
Okay, you're going to have to move, all the way up here,
Okay.
and then to chuck him. You can try chucking him this way.
Okay.
Given the distance, so let's attempt a opposed athletics versus his acrobatics. Y'all trying, but it's not working.
Damn it.
So again, you try to grab him, and he's like a slippery little shit that keeps getting out of your grasp. That is your action.
Yep. And that's my turn.
Okay, Seedink, like cowers before you, and as he does so, bolts of like these little orbs fire out of his fingers. He will be doing a magic missile.
Oh.
For 13 damage.
Towards who?
You,
Oh, me?
Jenny. Yeah.
Oh.
You're the last one to try to
Oh.
push him off. That's his turn, and he's really looking scared at this point. Beastie.
Okay. Okay. There we go. I was waiting for the markers to update so I could see who was more hurt.
Lexi, if we need to hard stop, this is our out. We can continue this later. Is that what we need to do?
I can push through.
Are you sure? Does anybody else
Yes.
need to stop? Because we are at the 4:30 point, which is like when we typically stop. Anybody
I'm good.
going through? Okay, just let me know whenever we need to hard
Yeah,
stop.
Lexi, if you're
I-
like hurting or something,
Yep. Remember that when we hard stop, we still dictate when the next session is.
Jenny,
Okay.
'cause she looks the worst.
Go ahead and roll it.
I'll
And I'll
be
let you resolve
fine.
Or healing.
God damn it.
Wait. Yeah. It just happened to be bottom of the barrel healing.
No, I keep forgetting to
Oh yeah.
set my healing ones to
I just
public.
reveal. I just say and reveal. It's okay. Doesn't bother me. And Nadia, let me know if you have anything else to go.
Nadia is just going to
Stabby,
wear
stabby.
back her sword and use green flame blade.
Awesome. To bounce off the Seedink as well.
Yep.
If it hits. Let's see if it hits. Yeah, it definitely hits. You hit a 24. And so you strike into him. Give me the green flame blade damage. That will be hit on Seedink.
Why isn't it rolling? Apparently it's not wanting to roll.
Under your spells, there you should be able to still select the cantrip.
Yeah, it's like I'm selecting it, but it
Try
won't.
selecting a different icon. I'm popping open your character sheet.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to spells, and I'm clicking at the at will of Green Flame Blade, and it pops open the right hand thing, and then I cast on VTT.
Yeah, even whenever I do that, it doesn't.
Then just click the dice on the bottom that say D8. There's a bunch of like D8s at the bottom. Like when you click the at will of the green flame blade, the thing opens up. There's the cast on VTT, but there's also, yep, there you go. You just did it. So 6 damage on hammer. So that's how we'll do for green flame blade. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right, and so you basically slash the rapier across Biju's neck, opening a small wound. And as you do so, as you strike it, it's almost like flint against steel as the blood bursts into flames and then splatters all over Sea Dink. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, she's gonna holler out at Bijou saying, "You little worm can't do nothing now."
And now they're both injured. Nice. Yeah, that was enough to push both of them over to injured. All right, next is Bijou. Bijou is going to, you've gotten his attention, Nadia, and so he goes, "I did not teach you a lesson the first time, did I?" And he goes to swing his weapon at you twice. He hits a 22 and a 13.
The 22 does hit.
Okay, I'm sorry, a 23 and a 14. Does that make any difference?
20. No, that's still just that one hit.
9. This will be 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay, that's his turn. Astos.
Rinse and repeat. I'm going to throw acid at both of them.
You're like, I'm fucking spent. All right, I will do the dex saving throws. God, you keep rolling ones, dude. But they do both fail, so they'll both take this damage.
Okay. I will move my turn.
that did actually get Sea Dink over to badly injured.
Excellent. Feels satisfied. And I'll move right here.
All right, Zerdos.
I'm gonna look over at Sea Dink and see the opportunity to take him out of the fight, and I am going to whale him with my hammer.
Okay. That does not hit. And so you see him go. You go over to like slam, and he like rolls under it. He's
Slippery little fucker.
He's a hard little fucker to hit. You missed by one hit. By one hit. Yeah. And Jenny. This little guy is slipping between y'all's grasp. What do you do?
I'm just gonna whack him. And now that I'm finally remembering this, I can use my Horde Breaker so I can hit Bijou too.
All right, awesome.
Nice.
And that does hit Bijou as well. So I'm going to apply the damages. Okay, and so you basically just cross your spear through Sea Dink over to Bijou, and just a spattering of blood as you do so. It's like painting a top floor canvas up here.
Awesome. And then I'm just gonna look at Bijou and say, "You're next, by the way."
And you see he's sort of trying to teach Nadia a lesson. He looks over at you after taking a hit, and gives you sort of a low growl. And next is Sea Dink.
Right back at you.
Let's see. Well, a Scorching Ray won't be good at close range. He spins over to you, Zerdos, who's, well, I don't know. No, I think it's Jenny's been the one that's really been hurt. He's going to throw out his fingers again and shoot more bolts. Jenny.
You and your fucking magic missile.
And he'll do 11 damage.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Jenny's close to passing out.
Oh wow, I expected you to go down.
Y'all got so much
Hey,
health.
One more. You missed by one, Aaron.
I think Kirkon is the highest stat.
I fall down and I like slowly get up and I'm like, Okay, this really hurts. I fucking hate magic. If I knew what it was.
That's his turn, and then he's going to pull out a little feather and try to jump off the edge.
Wow.
There's
What
going
a
to be 3
coward.
opportunity attacks for this.
Well, he can't cast 2 spells in one turn.
Sure, but he can use an item.
Okay, fine. Here's my spear.
Yeah, and so as he turns, I went with the first person who swung. As he turns, Jenny, you skewer him into the ground. He falls face flat back where he was.
Fuck you.
Cerdos, you would have bopped him, but she rolled
Too
first.
slow.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you just skewer him into the ground, pinning him to it, and then just pick it out. And the feather is just in his hand, or just, yeah, still in his hand, clutching it. But C-Dink is dead. All right, that was C-Dink. Beastie.
Okay. I am going to create a bonfire underneath the asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my fire? There's my fire. Rah! And then I'm also going to heal up Jenny, because
Okay. Yep. Cantrip and bonus action heal does work.
Yep.
He'll take a dexterity saving throw. And succeeds.
you get 5 health, Jenny.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Nadia.
the 2 hits he got on me put me down to 1 hit point too.
Nadia's gonna do the same thing with the green flame blade.
All right. Let's see it.
Alright, just a second. So, rapier.
Okay. That will not hit, unfortunately.
Damn. Alright,
Use
insert
your turn. He will take an attack of opportunity from Nadia. And,
Okay.
well, actually, that would also be from... No, Jenny spent hers.
Yeah.
He's going to take an attack of opportunity from Nadia doing this, but he will risk it.
24.
And the first thing he does is he drags the feather off the ground as a interaction. You do hit and apply a pretty solid amount of damage. And he looks terrible. So as he backs off, you stab him right into the back with the rapier, piercing his body. You know, as he's got the feather still in hand, and he turns around, and a fan of flames goes over Jenny, Nadia, and Zerdos. All of you roll dexterity saving throws, please. Jenny fails, Zerdos saves, Nadia saves. And he does 12 fire damage.
Jenny goes
Well-
Yes.
Jenny goes unconscious.
Yeah, so does Nadia.
So the 2 of you go
Wait,
unconscious.
wouldn't Nadia take half?
Nadia, you saved, right?
Yes, I did.
I didn't account for... You gotta... So you take half damage if you save. Do you still go down?
No.
Okay, great.
So I take, what, 6?
Yeah, you take 6 instead. And he backs up, and he's gonna risk it. Zerdos, you get an attack of opportunity as he tries to go and fall off the edge with the feather.
It's on you, buddy.
His AC is 16.
No!
You see him go, I see you again. And just lets his heels roll off the sides. And the feather floats, and suddenly you see him floating away.
Slowly.
How? Yeah,
Could
he's
I,
slow falling, right?
Yeah,
Is he?
but
When
he's
my
already
turn comes
dipped
around,
low.
will he be out of range of hucking a hand axe at him?
You can try to look over the edge.
Or arrows?
You could try to look over the edge.
Archers. Yeah. Okay.
He's
Well, it's
slow,
not my turn.
he's slow falling back over to the crater.
Does he have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws because he's on trajectory?
No, it
Okay.
doesn't- nothing in Featherfall implies that you have any effects on you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But, let's see.
So yeah, you can try. You can run up to the edge, and I mean, slow fall still creates distance. So give me something, Astos.
Oh, for sure. If I go,
He
here-
will be disappearing behind the hill at some point. There's
Right.
other terrain out here.
Oh shit! You know I don't need to go there.
His rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round, so
Yep. So
That's
he's
still
already,
quite a bit.
he's already had his round, as he's fallen off on his turn. But the most he can go is probably half that because he's already made some movement. 5,
yeah.
10. I would say he could fall down 30
Okay.
at the rate that he's gone.
Mhm.
And then you're additionally about 10 feet away, so he's about 40 feet away currently, Helio, from you.
Okay. I am checking the usual. My one-trick pony.
Sure. Okay. He'll do a dexterity. This is weird. Do a dexterity in midair.
That's what I was saying. I was like, it's weird.
Yeah. He will use his legendary save that I've been holding on to
Okay.
to make it.
I swear that was gonna hit. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be it.
Okay. Zerdos,
I will drop my warhammer.
because he did
and
fail.
Grab a hand axe.
Okay.
And
What's the distance on the hand dex?
It's 20 or 60, so I'm
Okay,
guessing
so
I'm at
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yep.
Come on, just one time.
You still hit,
Oh,
but you don't kill him. I applied the damage. Okay, Jenny.
How do I roll a death save on D&D Beyond?
Just roll me a d20 flat. That'll work for me. You succeed. That's one success. Seedink is gone. Beastie.
Okay. I'm gonna drop concentration on the fire, so I'm just gonna yeet it off the building for now.
Yep.
5, 10. Why did everything go? Oh, it thinks I'm the fire.
Oh yeah, don't.
Give-
Yeah.
You mean me?
back onto you?
I'm like everything.
Yeah.
was
Whatever you have selected is your perspective.
Okay. I'm gonna leave Jenny for the moment. 5, 10, 15. Go up to the edge and thorn whip this asshole.
You need to go like here.
Okay.
Okay. As
That's
long as you
funny.
can do that. You do hit him, but it's not a kill.
Damn
how
it.
far can you pull him back with a thorn whip?
Yeah.
10 feet?
5 feet? Is it 10 or 5? I thought it was 5.
It's 10 feet closer to me. But alternatively, if you don't want me to flick and grab him and yank him 10 feet
I don't have a problem with
closer.
that. I don't have a problem with that at all. So
Okay.
you basically, it's not that you fling him towards you, it's that you slow his descent 10 feet. So as you grasp onto him,
Okay.
he slows down. But then you
It
lose
was-
the grasp eventually.
Yeah. It was either gonna be that, or if you would allow me, I would just jump onto him using the thorn whip as like an anchor. But
Yeah, I don't know. Do you do that? You want to jump off the cliff?
he's sleep falling.
Well,
You got the-
all
got
you have
this-
to do is make sure you actually latch onto him properly. Because just because you have a rope between you and him doesn't mean you don't just swing off of it, flick off, and then
I know.
sling yourself
No,
down.
I'll
Yeah.
just slow his descent 10 feet.
Okay. And so he won't go 60, he'll go 50 on his turn. Nadia.
Nadia is going to switch over her sword to a short bow.
So you will drop your sword on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then move over with your short bow.
Yep. Over here.
And it won't be there, it'll be here.
Okay.
Okay? Otherwise, you can't see him because he's down
yeah.
a bit. You have to
Yeah.
look over the ledge. And as you do so, you hear a creak.
Oh god. Hold out on me. Yeah.
Okay. And as you fire off the shot, this is very fitting. As you fire off the shot, Nadia, you see his eyes, his head kind of fly back, his eyes go wide. Then you see the body slowly descending to the bottom of the tower, safely resting upon its base. And you see him sort of convulsing a bit, like he's dying currently.
I'm laughing.
And then you hear a crack.
Oh
underneath your
god
feet.
damn.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Actually, roll me an acrobatics.
Okay.
No, dexterity saving throw.
Make up your mind.
Yeah, sorry. Acrobatics is for when you're doing something, really.
Unless she's doing a
As,
backflip.
as that area cracks underneath your feet and falls, you fall with it, and your hands grasp the side. You're now hanging by your hands off the side of a ledge that is still on.
Somebody help!
Hostos.
I can just. That's tough. Zerdos is right there.
Yeah, Certus is there.
And Jenny's bleeding out already, so I'm gonna use my healing potion.
Okay, and so you you rush over and use your action to force feed Jenny a healing potion, and go ahead and roll the effects.
2d4
Jenny?
plus 2.
Yeah, Jenny, put 1 rank of exhaustion on your character, please, and you are healed 8 points. And so you wake and you see Ostos had fed you a potion, and you're kind of lying on the ground. What was the last wound that took you down? Oh, the fire.
Yeah.
You feel like some of the still burning on your face and limbs.
Well,
Did we get him?
we got him. Welcome back.
Is he alive?
No.
No.
And
Nadia.
Zerdos, your friend is hanging on the edge.
Nadia is like screaming at the top of the lungs. That makes 5!
Can I reach her without standing on the like fragile wood part?
You're on it too.
Oh, I'm on it too.
Yeah, I can tell you're kind of on it.
This
I'm
crane
not
thing with the
eating
rope
myself off the edge. I'm
Yep.
just checking what's under me.
is there rope hanging from that, or is it like?
Yeah, it's as it looks.
Okay, I'm gonna step over and grab the hanging rope in one hand, and then step to Nadia and grab her with my other hand. And then, if I can pull her up, I'm gonna pull her up and then back to the more stable surface.
And give me just an athletics to see if you can just yank her forward.
I've been so bad at these.
Can you see your rolls?
No. Jesus.
And as you go to yank her,
I just push her hands off the.
You throw her up, and you yourself fly off and are hanging by the rope as it teeters you over to the edge, and you're now sort of hanging by the rope.
Damn good thing you grabbed that rope.
But Nadia has been thrown onto the solid ground. You can now attempt in athletics to sort of like pull yourself through to the and you do so cleanly.
Okay.
But it was a close call for you for a moment as you dangled above a 100-foot tower edge.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. And all of you sort of look at each other. You're all alive. And Bijou is down to the bottom, dead or dying. You don't know.
I still fucking cast Featherfall. Come on, guys. We need to see
Wait,
his dead
can you?
body.
Cast it
Yeah.
on me. Cast it on me.
Sure, I'll cast it on Beastie.
Okay, you cast it on Beastie, and Beastie, you descent quickly. I'm
I'm
going to
fucking
roll.
yeet.
I'm going to roll death saving throws for Bijou.
Yeet.
After 60, yep. You get there in about 2 rounds. What do you do on the 3rd round?
I'm going to have just
You can use medicine to
primal
stabilize somebody.
savagery.
Oh, you're just gonna make sure he's dead.
Oh yeah,
I thought you were gonna
primal
stabilize him.
savagery and just
Oh no!
rip into his,
Just start
like,
eating.
bite his throat out is what I'm
Yeah.
going to attempt to do.
And as you grab on and latch on his throat, he was already unconscious, but as you sort of rip it around, you hear this last breath. He was alive at that moment. And he just goes, no pain, just death.
Damn it. Beastie
No
got him.
information,
I
but
thought,
no threat.
I thought you were gonna stabilize him, because that doesn't make him conscious. It just makes them not dead.
No, I'm going to eat his throat.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you do you.
Mhm.
You do you.
Uh,
Good diplomacy.
Power.
And as you're ripping, as you go in like ripping into the flesh, I don't know if you all have enough time for story time.
I am.
I'm fine.
Yeah, we.
Okay. Eventually, Beastie, you can kind of climb your way back up the tower because it's getting close to that time where you might be expecting the gift.
Okay.
Come up with that sweet ass mace sword.
I'll
Viewing-
grab that as a trophy.
I want to make sure I have this right.
Okay.
This will be story time. So
Can I get a drink first?
yeah, go ahead.
I need to use the washroom actually. I'll be right back.
As well.
We gotta get down for story time. Let us.
Yeah. Thank y'all for sticking through. I'm glad it's interesting enough to not stop early. Or I shouldn't say early, but what on the time that we would normally stop. And that might have something to do with like I know Alec was constrained by that time, so we might want to talk about. I don't know if we have a minute to talk about if we have a new time we want to abide by. If we. So just between the two of you, like,
My Sundays are clear and open.
because I wonder if we can do an hour earlier. But
Good here.
yeah, we'll talk about it because some people earlier is not good. But we'll do that after the end of this.
Okay.
This is a good way to end this session out, I think. Y'all really did all the content I planned. Normally it takes a
Yeah.
while, but we are actually
I'm
playing
just-
a half hour, an hour longer than usual. So, you enjoying the? You were gonna say something, Heather.
I was gonna say RP with Jenny next time. It's gonna be very interesting. Beastie, I'm gonna have some words with you.
Why? What'd I do?
You don't know, and that's the problem.
There's some stuff that maybe somebody chooses to reveal, but
Yeah,
obviously there's some
maybe.
shit going on that this well, yeah, there's some
We'll
shit.
get to there.
Hey, the speed was set on that last cultist where it's like, alright, give us information.
You know what's funny is because what I envisioned is I was really hoping I could rush in there, hit him, and then my plan was from the last hit I wanted to be super cool and like headbutt him into unconsciousness.
Yeah, it would have been dope. I mean, y'all were definitely going for style points on Seed Inc. It just
Yeah.
didn't unfortunately work.
Fucking magic
that
missile.
probably would have really turned the tide on that thing. And I considered I was like, yeah, that's okay if Seed Inc goes down. But he had the feather token, which
And before-
if you threw him off, he was just going to use it as a reaction
Yeah.
and then just float out.
Before
and then probably
he
just run away.
Before he knocked me out, I was about to use a potion I had to heal myself. And then he knocked me out, and I was like, damn it, nobody knows I have this potion anyways, so.
It is what it is. All right.
What beastie gave you one?
Story time.
Mhm.
Let me just think for a second. I'm going to say this out of the gate, because I know that there otherwise would be a strong need, Calrona, for you to jump in. Calrona, when the gift comes, your long friend, what was the name again?
Coggy.
Kagi.
Coggy.
Cog.
I was like, it's Spooky, Coggy. Coggy, you're confident is not among them, and you feel a wash of relief as you do so. But then the pain of knowing all these folk dying kind of washes back. But I wanted to get ahead of that so that you don't feel like it's like, hey, wait, can I jump in? Can I ask about this? Like, I want to make that clear to you that Coggy doesn't seem to be among this gift. All right, now I'll do the story time. Viewing beyond the tower, you see a stony wasteland that was once. Oh, this is not right.
Oh, it isn't? It was really good. I was like into it. I was so ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad. I'm kind of a little scatterbrained right now. Let me try that again. Yeah, you see the stony wasteland that was once the great city-state of Yaramuke. Little bit hills of rubble remain in its place, and that giant crater that you were at earlier, lying at its heart, is lush and green from this distant view, amidst a sea of what is otherwise brown and gray. And at that point, you then hear a distant clattering, so quiet it's almost lost amongst the whistling winds. The crimson sun is starting to rise high in the air, making the area a deep red. And at that point, dozens of distant figures rise over the hill. The dozens become hundreds. They wear rags and move slowly with fatigue. At the edges and behind this crowd are soldiers. Their garb and colors vary, and they carry the standards of Uruk, of Ram, of Tyr, Nivene, Golg, and even of distant Balik. All of the tablelands are represented here. The soldiers lead the crowd to the crater. Those that don't slide down on their own are pushed, but after some time they all reside within, while the soldiers loom over them. You cannot count those within the crater, but imagine there are thousands. A handful of individuals on Crawlu rise over the hill, wearing robes and carrying staves, indicating their status within various city-states. Water priests. They arrive at the crater, and you hear voices booming from afar, Templar magic. And as they do so, clouds gather in the sky. At first, wispy and white. As they swirl amongst each other, they grow dark and gray. And finally, you hear the powerful crack as the sky alights. Lightning and thunder. Excuse me. A second crack, and shadow grows over the crater. Water falls from the sky. A few within the craters panic, but cannot climb back up. And a minute passes, several more booms, and the clouds clear. What remains is knee-deep water within the crater. Despite the skies clearing, you swear you heard thunder again. In this moment, the priests leave in haste. Not long after, the majority of the guard hurriedly march back over the hill. The rain stops. Yet thunder again. You hear the sound of beating wings echoing against the tower's walls. Thunder once more as a colossal shadow sweeps over you and towards the center. One last thunderous blast as the figure lands before the crater. Dust billows out behind the creature as tall as the tower you stand on. It stands on its hind legs, like a person. A giant, horned serpent with massive wings, separate from a pair of thin, outstretched arms. Above one long above one long claw hovers an obsidian orb, the size of a small kank, and crackling with a strange energy. Kank is like a horse, basically. A long, spiny tail whips around, then finally coils behind it. Above a thin, beak-like snout lies two small eyes, as black as the obsidian it holds. Excuse me. This is what the creature looks like. Does everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please close it. It might have information that you're not supposed to see. It's for my other characters. And I didn't turn off this rain. Now I turned it off. One last story. A cacophony of panicked cries ring in the air, as many trying to climb up the damp walls of the center. The dragon speaks. The first words echo throughout the ruins, and even within your own minds. But they are alien to you. The people below stop and slowly kneel. The crimson sun sits high in the sky, and the skies begin to darken regardless. As the crowd is settled, the dragon continues to speak. With every word that rumbles across the ruins, the obsidian orb crackles more fiercely. The great serpent points a clawed finger towards the crowd, and tendrils of smoke begin to emanate from the mouths and eyes of the people below, dark and feathery. The dragon's victims begin to shake and convulse as the dark essence continues to leave their bodies. The words come louder now, booming even into the walls of the tower. The tendrils of smoke extend and combine before the towering monster. The dark lens now pulses with energy, firing errant bolts of lightning into the ground, which shakes and shudders as the dragon begins to lower its head. It grasps a free claw under the crater's edge, now bellowing its incantation. And as a stream of smoke rushes into the orb, the dragon finishes its spell with one single deafening roar. What is left are thousands of emaciated corpses. The dragon lunges into the sky with a heave of its legs. As its wings open to send it soaring away, its long coiled tail whips around before it finally follows. A dead silence remains. That's where we're gonna leave off.
Oh God.
So I always ask this question